NBC 10 News starts now.
For the Philadelphia Eagles, the long drought is over.
Victorious, the Eagles erupted with joy and relief after a final Hail Mary pass from the Patriots failed. Confetti cannons blasted green paper into the air. The players embraced both their families, their teammates, and their loved ones, celebrating their hard-fought Super Bowl championship.
At about the same time, thousands of jubilant Birds fans poured onto the Avenue of the Arts in Center City, Philadelphia. Skyforce 10 hovered by the Billy Penn statue atop City Hall. South Broad Street filled quickly with scores of happy people, including a light pole climber who apparently did not have to deal with Crisco.
This is the scene that's arguably ground zero for Eagles Nation celebrations. As expected, fans poured out into the streets at Frankfort and Cottman Avenues in the heart of the greater Northeast. Good morning. This is NBC 10 News Today. First look at 4. We got a first look at our Super Bowl champions official gear.
Yep, right here. I'm Ted Greenberg, along with Rosemary Connors. How awesome is it?
This is awesome.
To have this championship gear out here this morning. We thank you so much for being with us. We are your official Eagles station. From the field to the fans, we have every moment of the Eagles' first Super Bowl win covered.
These were the sights and sounds inside Xfinity Live in South Philadelphia. This was the moment Eagles fans realized the championship trophy they've been fighting for is coming home to Philly. And this was the scene just about a mile away from the link. On South Broad Street, an impromptu dance party, the electric slide, the same moves we've seen in the end zone this season from some of the players. Things got a little bit out of hand just outside the Ritz-Carlton Hotel on South Broad Street, right by City Hall. You can see this video shows an awning collapsing under the weight of Eagles fans on top. An NBC 10 viewer posted this video to Instagram. We're working to find out if anybody was seriously hurt. NBC 10's Matt DeLucia has been following the action and the fans overnight. So Matt, tell us where you are at the moment and what you're seeing out there.
Well, Rosemary and Ted, overnight I was in Skyforce 10. You can see people having those joyous celebrations. A lot of folks really just having a good time, but there were some folks who did get a little out of hand. Right here, we're at 17th and Chestnut in Center City. You see the police tape up here right now, and that light pole there that was knocked over, and you see one across the street was knocked over as well. In fact, pretty much all of the light poles at this intersection were toppled over. If you follow me along over here, you can see all the trash that is in the street right now. And we'll walk across, and you can see over here the planters at this hotel that were all knocked over. The trees and plants have been thrown across the sidewalk here, dirt everywhere. Down a little ways at that Old Navy, there was a window that was shattered. And if you follow me over here, Brian, if you see some graffiti on the walls, and this Rite Aid here, I just spoke with a person who was working here last night when she says a group of teens came in, took a shopping cart, started stealing a lot of the items in that store, and here's what she told me happened.
I was actually shocked. When we closed the store, you could see through the holes. I seen people taking the lights out the pole or something, out the light. I was like, wow, it's just crazy. It didn't have to come to this. It was just really crazy.
Yeah, so she is absolutely right. It didn't have to come to this. You see all the damage here. One of the planters that was toppled over here, and these are pretty heavy as well. So it definitely took some effort to knock these over. But as we walk down here, we have seen quite a graffiti on this window right here, and you also see what we've been near the Old Navy store here, right by the Art Institute, windows shattered. So some people definitely had a little bit too much fun at the expense of other businesses here, which are going to be cleaning up this morning. Live in Center City, I'm Matt DeLucia, NBC 10 News.
Yeah, a bit of a cleanup there and a little out of hand.
Just a little bit, but not the majority of the fans who were out celebrating last night.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Of course, the radio voice of the Birds, Merrill Reese, finally got to say that. Philadelphia has its first Vince Lombardi trophy. The Eagles and their fans are in their glory.
The Eagles.
Yes.
The Eagles.
As are we.
We are. We're going to send it out to NBC 10's Vi Sikahema and Tracy Davidson, who have been live at the Mall of America this week out in Minneapolis, watching the Super Bowl firsthand. So Vi and Tracy, we saw fans in the crowd last night with tears streaming out of their eyes. Tell us about the emotion inside that stadium.
Well, first of all, you could feel the excitement when we first went in, and we've been saying it all morning long, that it felt like we were at the Link, a home game, because it was so much green. Everybody was very excited. But then, you're right, when it happened, by the time we got to the last 2 minutes, by the time the buzzer went off, people were stunned, and they were overwhelmed with emotion. They were just really... We've been waiting a long time for this.
Yeah, Ted, you and Rosemary are, you grew up in the Philadelphia area. You guys are so Philly. The Eagles, of course, that's everybody calls them the Philadelphia Eagles. It was just really an amazing night. Nick Foles becomes the first quarterback in NFL history, in Super Bowl history, to catch a touchdown pass. Came on a fourth down play. But let's show you what happened here in the game. 3 plays defined the Eagles' win over the Patriots. I'm going to show you the first one. This gutsy trick call on 4th and goal just before halftime ended with Nick Foles. We were just talking about it, catching this touchdown pass to maintain momentum. They didn't back down. Foles also threw for 3 touchdowns on his way to his MVP award. And Foles' final and most important touchdown pass found tight end Zach Ertz with just over 2 minutes to play. League officials had to review the play to make sure that Ertz had full control of the football when he crossed the goal line. Guess what? He did. Ball came loose a little bit, but that's after the fact. It's a touchdown, and that was your winning score. And then seconds later, the Eagles pretty much put the game away. Defensive end Brandon Graham stripped the ball from Pats quarterback Tom Brady, the only sack really in the game. Defensive end Derek Barnett, Johnny on the spot, picks up the fumble, and the Eagles knew they had it locked. The Birds kicked a field goal, and then they held on defensively to beat New England.
And boy, Coach Peterson said he knew he'd had to be aggressive, and look at those plays.
And he was. And we caught up with defensive back Malcolm Jenkins on the field right after the confetti drop. Take a look.
We understood as the game went that this was going to be a shootout and it was going to come down to one stop. And we were trying our best to just figure out where we were going to get it. We knew with the game on the line, the storyline was written for us, man, to come out here and get the one stop that we needed as a defense to bring this trophy back to Philly. I can't wait to get back to Philly, man. This is going to be a celebration like no other, and I can't wait to join it.
I mean, Declaration of Independence, step aside, right?
Oh, yeah, we're going to move all that aside. We world champs, baby.
He says it's just amazing. He's so happy to have been a starter, a contributor from start to finish, to just finish it through.
And he's absolutely right, by the way. People who have been in the Philadelphia area for a long, long time have watched all the other teams, hold parades. But this has been said over to me over and over and over again. The day that the Eagles win a Super Bowl, it will pale in comparison. The other sports teams, their parades will pale in comparison to what the Eagles will do. And it'll be interesting to see what happens, I believe, on Wednesday when they plan to have that parade.
Right, and when I saw Governor Rendell at the hotel, that's exactly what he said to me. He said he wasn't getting ahead of it. This was right before the game. He said if they win, we will have a parade, a sports parade that has never been seen before in this country. So looking forward to that.
Guys, back to you.
I believe it. As Vi mentioned, you and I are local here. Myself personally, 44 years waiting for that parade.
I'm not going to reveal how many years, but yes, lifelong Eagles fan as well. Hey, and I'm from a football family.
Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so to the victors go the spoils. The Eagles, we're going to get the Vince Lombardi trophy here in Philadelphia.
We are. We've been waiting for it, and it is coming. NFL fanfare and Hall of Famer Darryl Green ushered that sterling silver trophy to the championship podium. Take a look. You can see just about every member of the Super Bowl champion Birds touching or kissing the trophy. It fell to Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie to accept the NFL's ultimate prize.
Jeff, what's this moment mean for the city of Philadelphia?
If there's a word called everything, that's what it means to Eagles fans everywhere. And You know, for Eagles fans everywhere, this is for them.
Lurie claimed the Eagles' first Super Bowl trophy 24 years after he bought the team. Today, we will be hearing from two top Eagles about the Birds' championship victory.
Yeah, head coach Doug Peterson and his Super Bowl MVP, quarterback Nick Foles. They're going to be taking questions from the media at the Mall of America a little bit later on this morning. That's where Vi and Tracy are, so you can count on NBC 10 to bring you all of those moments.
And we continue our team coverage right now with NBC 10's Katie Zachary. She's live in Center City still. Katie, what's next for the Birds, and what can the fans look forward to now?
We can't wait until that trophy makes its way across the city, right? Well, we're live at the Link this morning, and as you can see around me, there's not the activity or the celebration that we've seen along Broad Street over the past couple of hours. But give it a day or so, and this part of the city will be exploding with excitement. That's because we do have some details on the parade. We know that the parade will start in South Philadelphia and end at the Art Museum steps, specifically at the Rocky statue. We are still trying to confirm exactly what day this parade will happen. Minutes after the win last night, Mayor Jim Kenney sent out his congratulations, and he said the parade will be this week, and more details will come at a press conference later today. We will carry that announcement live on NBC 10, also our app, also online, and we also are trying to find out when the Birds will fly home. Can you imagine the elated homecoming at the airport? When we get those details, we'll share them with you. We're live in South Philadelphia outside the Link. Katie Zachary, NBC 10 News. Ted and Rosemary, back to you.
All right, Katie, thank you. Yes, that's going to be quite a crowd out there at PHL. And we want to see how you are celebrating history, still celebrating, as we go into the morning now. Use the hashtag #WeWonIt when you post your photos and videos, and turn to the NBC 10 app for continuing coverage and hear more from the players and the fans.
Now, your NBC 10 First Alert weather.
I'm meteorologist Bill Henley. What a great morning. Look at this beautiful view of Lincoln Financial Field. It is a little bit cold outside, but temperatures in the city are just above freezing. But not everybody's getting that, so be on the lookout for some icy spots. You can see the sheen coming off the parking lot and the road in front of the Link this morning. If it looks like it's wet, treat it as ice this morning. We will see a lot of sunshine, but gusty winds will be cold. Those are going to be blowing right on through the day. And even though it's cleared during the day, clouds will be increasing tonight. That'll seal in some of the cold. Right now in Philadelphia, not too bad. 34 degrees. Most neighborhoods are above freezing, but those colder spots, this is where you'll run into some ice this morning. If it hasn't dried out and hasn't been treated, treat it as icy this morning. More widespread in the suburbs. Look at Avondale, just below freezing at 31 degrees. Lots of neighborhoods right at the freezing point at 32 degrees, and just above in Warrington and in Lansdale, 33 degrees. And in South Jersey, yeah, you'll find some icy spots here, too. Look at Swedesboro, Mullica Hill, right at or just below freezing this morning. Not everybody's going to see that, but we will all see some sunshine, and we'll see things warm up nicely. You can see just a few scattered clouds moving through our area this morning. There's snow showers to our west, but those are not coming our way today. The wind, we will feel that through the afternoon. Winds gusting to near 30 miles an hour. And that's a northwesterly direction. That's cold air that's coming into play. So you definitely have to bundle up if you're heading out to continue the celebrations for today. This is the temperature and the feels like temperature trend. Look at those temperatures. With the wind blowing in spite of sunshine, they're not going to move much today. The wind chills will feel like they are in the 20s through the day today. All right. I know there's talk about a parade on one day, but there's one day that sticks out for the worst possible day to have a parade compared to all the others. We are talking Wednesday, so let's stop all those rumors about a parade on Wednesday. I'll take you through hour by hour and show you whether it is rain or snow come Wednesday when I'm back in just a few minutes.
Hint, hint,
yes.
Hint, hint, hint. All right, Bill, we'll see you in just a few. So if you were watching our nonstop coverage of the revelry and celebrations in Center City, Philadelphia along Broad Street, you may have seen Jessica Boynton.
She was out there, right, Jess?
Guys, I was there. I probably have 45 minutes of sleep under my belt. It's fine. How many times are we going to have to talk about this? You know what I mean? So I was up and down Broad Street last night as well, hanging, and it was actually a great experience. Everybody was nice. People were just hugging. That's pretty much what I saw the whole time. And part of the good thing right now is that most of that is cleared out of the way. So all of the closures that were in place yesterday down Broad Street are gone. The things you're going to have to worry about, especially if you're moving through Center City, just be careful of people that were out maybe a little later, walking around around the street because it was definitely a different sight when I drove into work this morning than what it normally is. So cars everywhere and lots of people walking around the city still, surprisingly, still banging on trash cans and making a lot of noise. But the good thing is the Vine Street Expressway is open still, and we have both directions, east and west, that are clear. So everything looks good, and all of the off-ramps that were closed to Broad Street earlier and into last night and earlier this morning now are back open. Back to you guys.
We'll keep getting you some caffeine. Thank you, Jess. Taking down the Patriots. NBC 10 is the first station to talk one-on-one with Coach Doug Peterson.
No, I trust my players to get it done.
What he tells us the team had to do to come out on top as champions. A little bit later on this hour, we'll check in live with Tim Furlong, who's in Minneapolis. Overseas and celebrating how Olympians in South Korea, especially some from our area, didn't let distance stop their Super Bowl party.
.416 on this amazing Monday morning as we take a live look at Broad Street from our Kimmel Center campus camera. And you can see the sanitation crews are out there this morning getting Broad Street cleaned up, taking some of that trash away from some of the celebrations from overnight. And our crew in Skyforce 10 trained its cameras on that celebration in Center City. We zoomed in on Eagles fans climbing the gates of Philadelphia City Hall. Take a look at them there. At this hour, no reports of any injuries, so we hope that everybody was by and large safe last night. We hope that those safe and fun celebrations continue. NBC 10 also caught Eagles fans burning a Tom Brady jersey. I mean, I guess this is expressing your freedom of speech here. Last night's victory avenged the Birds' loss to Brady and the Patriots in the 2005 Super Bowl. I mean, one thing I can't stop watching is that replay of Brady trying to throw and just getting sacked. I mean, it's like the fake out throw. It didn't even happen. Right, the ball's flying and his hand is still in motion. Didn't happen. All right, let's send it back to Vi and Tracy, who are live just outside of Minneapolis at the Mall of America. And hey, Vi, you spoke one-on-one with Coach Doug Peterson, one of the first to get that one-on-one.
Right. Yeah, we were standing outside. We were actually standing in the tunnel waiting to leave and waiting for some of our people to catch up with us. And as we were standing there, there's a little side door. And all of a sudden, to the locker room, and all of a sudden he emerged, and there he was with his mother, Terry, in her 70s, and his wife, Jeannie, their 3 sons, their girlfriends. And here's what he did. He stepped out. I don't know if he saw this, but he turned his back to the street, and he stared back towards the stadium, and he just stood there and took it in, and he had his wife around one arm and his mother around the other, and he stood there for a moment. We couldn't hear what he was saying, but he just stood there, and it appeared like he was just taking it in for a moment, you know, by himself.
It must be really special for so many reasons, including that a lot of people doubted specifically him earlier in the year, and now football analysts and many fans are saying that he pretty much just out-coached Bill Belichick, which is a pretty big feat.
No question about that. He did that tonight, but he was so aggressive in the way that he called plays. So, of course, Tracy and I walked up, and I said, Doug, congratulations. I actually received a text message from one of his former teammates, Jim McMahon, and Jim said, hey, when you see Doug, just wish him well for me. And I told him that. I said, hey, Jim McMahon just sent me a text message to wish you well if I saw you. And he got caught a little bit, and he said, really? And I said, yeah. Let me show it to you. He goes, no, it's okay. I trust you. So, I've known Doug for a long time. I knew him when he was a player here with the Eagles, but here's my one-on-one with him.
When you're playing a fine football team in the Patriots, you have to stay aggressive, and you got to take some shots and take some chances. And, I trust my players to get it done.
And minutes earlier, Peterson got a rousing cheer from Eagles fans in the stands as he was leaving the field.
Yeah, the longer conversation went on. I trust my players. I trust my coaches. I trust the front office. It was nice.
Guys, back to you.
People did doubt Peterson. He has turned out to be a genius play caller.
He really has.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
Aggressive.
And that's what got us the win.
Aggressive.
And he got better and better, through the course of the year. So he learned things from, previous games that he had, messed up calls on, and he just kept getting better and better and kept building on that. And tonight, put
and
it all
then
together.
Nick Foles just took them and ran with them. Yeah.
He did.
Here we are.
Yes.
All right, Vi and Tracy, we'll check back with you a little bit later on this hour.
Thanks,
I love it
guys.
how they keep saying tonight.
Yes.
They've been up
right.
since the partying started.
This has been going on for hours. And tonight, last night, this morning, luckily, I think the rain stopped just in time for everybody to come on out and celebrate in the streets, right, Bill?
Everybody was on board with the the celebrations overnight. Yes, it was good to see Eagles green on the radar. It was good to see it leave us. It has gotten colder overnight, so there are some slippery spots. Watch out for some pockets of ice. Not so much in Philadelphia. A live view of Boathouse Row where the temperatures are just above freezing, but some of the suburbs into South Jersey, even Delaware, that's where you're more likely to find some icy spots on the roads. If it hasn't been treated, expect it to be a little icy if it looks damp. The good news is, even though it's going to be a cold day today, we'll see a lot of sunshine, so a lot of that ice will be disappearing. 31 degrees at 10 o'clock, just below freezing at 10 o'clock in Philadelphia, and then above freezing this afternoon. The suburbs, not a big warm up here. It'll stay below freezing all day, but with sunny skies, we'll see melting conditions during the day. And the Lehigh Valley, plenty of sunshine to get the melting going. Those shady spots, though, that's to look out for. That's where you're going to find those pockets of ice. Delaware, New Jersey, the Jersey Shore, all looking for cooler than normal temperatures in the low to mid 30s, a little bit warmer at the shore, 37 degrees, but the wind will be blowing, and that's going to make it feel cold all day. That rain you mentioned, Ted, there it goes, way offshore, completely out of the picture. Now, there are just a few scattered clouds in our area, and those snow showers you can see in central Pennsylvania, we won't get those, but the cold, that will make it into our area. Now, this week, there is one day that's going to turn damp, and it looks like it starts first thing in the morning, talking Wednesday. That's 4:30 in the morning. Look at that. A little bit of snow to start with. If it arrives at this schedule, we'll start off with some snow, and then it changes to rain. And it's going to be a steady rain through the day on Wednesday. That's noontime on Wednesday. Look at that moderate rainfall and a steady light rain in northern Delaware and into South Jersey. So Wednesday, not the day for any outdoor parade. The rest of the week, hey, no problem. We'll just have to deal with some chilly temperatures. Not so bad tomorrow. Tomorrow will be an excellent day if you get it together quick enough. Avoid Wednesday, planners. Thursday and Friday, we can handle the cold. Hey, in fact, I recommend a parade each day this week but Wednesday. Why not? Take a look at the weekend forecast when I come back in the next half hour.
Mayor Jim Kenney, if you're listening, folks in the front office at the Eagles, if you're listening, meteorologist Bill Henley says hold off on the middle of the week.
Exactly.
Any other time.
First Alert traffic reporter Jessica Boyington is here taking a look at the roads. And Jess, are people out at all, or do you think they're still
Well, here's
sleeping it off.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have probably already got to that point. But here's the thing. So moving through Center City, I live in Center City, so leaving there this morning was definitely a different sight than it normally is. A lot of cars, a lot of cabs, a lot of taxis everywhere, and definitely a lot of people walking around, just still having fun, still yelling, still screaming in the streets. So that might be a little different. So you want to be careful there just in case anybody's walking through. But for the most part, everything's getting back to normal. A few accidents, too. One in Bordentown Township on the New Jersey Turnpike southbound side, right around Route 206. That's exit 7. Traffic is getting by the scene, though. And, of course, I'll have updates for you on all this stuff for the rest of the morning. But for now, just be careful moving through Center City. Back to you guys.
Jess, thank you. A witness to history, an emotional moment for Eagles fans who got a ticket to the game of a lifetime.
The greatest day of my life. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Greatest day ever.
What fans say the win means to them.
Watching from a distance, Olympians overseas start their historic journey this month by getting some inspiration from the high-flying birds. We'll meet the athletes in South Korea rooting on the Eagles.
So here's a question for you. How do you watch the Super Bowl when you're more than 7,000 miles away from home? That was the dilemma for athletes and employees at the Olympic Winter Games in South Korea.
That's where NBC 10's Keith Jones is watching the Super Bowl from. He's already in South Korea. He shows us how a little bit of distance didn't stop fans from celebrating an Eagles victory.
It was a celebration halfway around the world here in Pyeongchang, where kickoff was at 8:30 in the morning. That did not stop Birds fans and our local Olympians from celebrating.
Philly, baby!
Newtown bobsledder Jamie Grubel-Poser partying with Team USA bobsled and skeleton. She predicted this 10 months ago.
Eagles and Patriots. Who wins? Eagles.
NBC's International Broadcast Center erupted.
I'm crying, obviously, and it's just Nick Foles beat Tom Brady.
Alexa Ross is a senior at Temple University and an intern for NBC Sports during the Olympics.
The Eagles are Super Bowl champions, finally!
Give me another Eagles game.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Craig Wilkie grew up in Morristown.
This is more for my dad. He's been a lifelong Eagles fan, and just I wanted him to see one.
How do you top that? How do you top that?
Eagles passion. Mike Shirtless is from Fort Washington. He watched every touchdown in the media village.
I kid you not. This could be the best day of my life.
And in Japan, Team USA loser Jason Turdeman from Berwick, PA, followed the action with a medical staffer and Pats fan.
Super stoked the Eagles came down with the victory today. Super stressful day for the both of us.
Tom Brady couldn't pull it out. The defense didn't help him.
Way to go, Birds. St. Nick carrying the team all the way.
And the South Koreans were actually getting behind the underdog Eagles. They were learning football and also learning how sweet Super Bowl victory tastes. Now we dance on over to the Olympics, where NBC 10 is the only place to watch our local Olympians and all the behind-the-scenes coverage. The opening ceremony kicks off Friday. Reporting in South Korea, Keith Jones, NBC 10 News.
Hopefully that gives them a little bit of boost over there in South Korea.
How do you top that?
I don't know. Celebrating history. Our team coverage of the Eagles Super Bowl win continues in just a moment.
Let's send it back out to Tracy and Vi at the Mall of America. Hi, guys.
We've been talking about the aggressive plays. We'll show you the highlights coming up. Lots to talk about.
And we'll hear more from Coach Doug Peterson. Their winning night.
NBC 10 News starts.
And the Philly fans, the dream has finally come true.
It did. NBC's Al Michaels capturing the moment the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl for the first time in team history. Green fireworks lit up Center City, Philadelphia as soon as the Birds won the Super Bowl. Skyforce 10 was over South Broad Street near City Hall. And that wasn't the only thing that was lit up. Take a look at this video of an Eagles fan climbing onto a light pole at Broad and Pine. No Crisco to stop him this time, even though police put other slick materials on poles to try to keep people off of them. Good morning, everyone. This is NBC 10 News today. First look at 4. I'm Ted Greenberg.
And I'm Rosemary Connors. We're getting our first look at some of the official NFL Super Bowl championship gear that we should be seeing in some of the stores a little bit later on.
So sweet.
Good thing I waited. I was
Yes.
thinking about going out yesterday. I'm like, I need some more gear. And they're like, you know what? They're going to win. I'm going to wait for it. We have live team coverage. We're getting you every angle of this big win. Our team coverage takes us to the Twin Cities and beyond. Tracy Davidson and Visika Hema are breaking down the biggest plays from the Mall of America. Dre Clark is in Minneapolis with the emotional moments from the players. We begin with Matt DeLucia, who's been keeping track of the fans celebrating across the city of Philadelphia. Matt?
Good morning, Rosemary. This is what we have been seeing throughout the night over here at 17th and Chestnut with the poles that were knocked down here. And you see across the street over there, you also see that a pole was knocked down as well. And then you also see over here some of the newspaper stands that were knocked over as well. There are still some folks that are still out here having a good time. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, we're having, yes, all right. And you also see some of the trash. There were a lot of people having a good time out here, but you also see some of the trash here as well. But this Rite Aid, the folks there say that some teens went into the store, stole some items there, and then left the store there, also breaking the window. But if you take a look at some of the video there has been damage up and down Chestnut Street between 16th and 17th in this area. So people definitely having a good time, some taking that good time to another level with their celebrations here, climbing the light poles. And so the folks here just now left to clean up. We just saw some of the folks over here in the Rite Aid with a mop there, just cleaning up the mess that was left behind. So we also do see some Philly police left over in the area here, just kind of keeping order. And we're going to head down onto Broad Street to take a look at some of the issues that they had over there overnight. For now, I'm live in Center City. Matt DeLucia, NBC 10 News.
Important to point out, not the vast majority of the fans celebrating all across the region. And as you see in the back of Matt's live shot there, some of those pots that were turned over were uprighted by fans who wanted to make sure that they cleaned up before they
do the right
left.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Matt, thank you.
I don't know if you
guys have heard, but there is a new champ in town. And that champion is from the city of brotherly love.
Yeah, the Birds putting the world on notice. The Eagles are the best team in the world, and they say this will not be the last time the Lombardi Trophy comes to Philadelphia.
Rosemary and I were watching on television, but Vaisika Hema and Tracy Davidson were at the game. Right now they are live at the Mall of America, breaking down the biggest moments of that game. Hi, guys.
I still feel chills from it. It was really incredible. Football fans and broadcasters are calling Super Bowl 52 one of the most exciting title games in history.
Yeah, both teams had their share of highlights, with the Eagles making them count just a little bit more. Take a look at the first half. Birds quarterback Nick Foles got his MVP night off to a flying start with this touchdown pass to Alshon Jeffrey. Put it exactly where he needed to. And LeGarrette Blount later rumbled in for a score. And then the Birds pulled the trick near the end of the half with this touchdown pass to Nick Foles. A little trickeration, as we call it. Foles threw a third-quarter touchdown later, then connected with Zach Ertz late in the fourth quarter for the game-winning touchdown. That came with about 2.5 minutes left to play. The Eagles defense all but sealed the deal when Brandon Graham strip-sacked Tom Brady, the only sack of the night by the defense. Derek Barnett, Johnny on the spot, recovers the fumble. And all Brady and the Patriots had left was a final Hail Mary, a heave-ho into the end zone, and as Tracy likes to say, wah, wah, wah. Ball batted down, no time left on the clock, and they're looking around, they're going, hey, I think it's over. I think we've won this thing.
We were looking around too. Is it done?
Is it done?
This is similar to
41-33. Here's Birds coach Doug Peterson, flanked by the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Was in the end zone. The ball is up.
I can only give the praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me this opportunity. And I'm going to tell you something. I got the best players in the world, and it's a resilient group. I love this coaching staff, Mr. Lurie, the owner. And not only do we have the best fans in the world, we now have the best team in the world. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and the fans, wow, did they stay? They stayed in the stands all the way through that trophy presentation. They listened to the press conference in the stands. The security was trying to get them to move along. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They were really celebrating. They were in awe at what their hometown team could do. And they were dumping the dynasty.
And they were doing the chant, Foles, Foles, yeah. Foles. It was hilarious.
Take a look.
I'm still speechless. I just stopped crying about 5 minutes ago. I've been dreaming of this since I was a little kid.
This is like one of the greatest moments of our lives, man. This is like just, God.
Greatest day of my life. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Greatest day ever.
Fly, Eagles, fly! Yeah!
I'm telling you, everybody was confident, but they still just sat there and said, oh my gosh, is it real? Pinch me.
Yeah, it's real. All right, let's go back to the studios. But hey, just a reminder, Ted and Rosemary, be sure to put that gear back at their rightful place, right at our desks.
Cut me a break. This is coming home with me, Vi.
Yeah.
You're out in Minneapolis. You get your own gear out there.
I got to see it in person.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Well, Eagles players rolled in confetti as others had tears rolling down their cheeks as they soared to victory, as did many fans, of course.
NBC 10's Dre Clark joins us live from Bloomington, Minnesota, with how the players are making and marking history. Hey, Dre.
Rosemary and Ted, good morning. The Eagles are actually staying at the Radisson Hotel here in Bloomington, Minnesota, which is connected to the Mall of America. Security all week long at the hotel has been very tight. You can imagine what it's like this morning. It's safe to assume most of the players probably have not slept, still celebrating winning Super Bowl 52. Now, it was certainly an exciting game from start to finish. The feeling on the field after the Eagles won was absolutely incredible. Players running around looking for their family members to hug. Some of the toughest athletes in the world brought to tears. Many people certainly had their doubts about the Eagles, said they would not beat Tom Brady and that Patriots dynasty, but they did, certainly shocking the world. But the players say they were focused and they embraced the adversity, and over time they learned to grow stronger and embrace together.
How did this team manage to keep focused, knowing you had so many people who doubted you, especially after losing Carson Wentz?
Well,
we never doubted ourselves from the beginning. And it's one of those things that we've always felt like we've been the best team in this league from the start, and no matter who was on the field. And for us to continue battling, man, to trust in one another, to love in one another. Every time we face adversity, man, we just hunker down even more. And to go out in this fashion, man, is a blessing.
Everybody who doubted us, man. We fought through adversity, injuries, people saying we could what we could and couldn't do. Y'all put us here, man. Y'all put us here.
So much talk about being underdogs. How did you use that to your advantage?
You go out and work every day. You put your hard hat on every day. You know what you got in your group, in your team, and you don't think of yourself as an underdog. You think of yourself as the #1 team in the whole world, and that's what we just proved, man.
They absolutely took being called the underdogs personal. It happened 3 times in a row against the Falcons, the Vikings, and then going into this Patriots game. They knew a lot of people had them losing against the Patriots, but this was a team that learned how to get behind foes, learned how to bond together, and what we saw on the field last night was absolutely incredible, certainly. And they also wanted to bring that trophy home to the people of Philadelphia because they know they had an entire city, or region for that matter, behind them. We're live here inside the Mall of America. Dre Clark, NBC 10 News. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thanks for that, Dre. And learned how to poke a little fun, so to speak, at that underdog title. I mean, those masks, that made the whole cheering section at the last few games.
Well, going green. Fans are flocking to show their Birds pride.
Yeah, how you can get your hands on a Champions shirt and other victory gear now up for grabs.
Cannot express. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, we got this. Doug Peterson's family shares their tense moments and then glorious moments in the stands.
Hey there, good morning everyone. Jessica Boynton with you right now with your first alert traffic, and we're watching the Vine Street Expressway appropriately, of course, because that's what moves you through Center City, and we had some of the off ramps closed for most of the morning. They are back open right now, so it's going to be easy to get on and off, but moving through Center City is going to be the tricky part, just because there's a lot of people still out and about, or at least more people than normal, and a lot of areas that need a heavy cleanup as well. So watch that. If you're trying to get around Broad Street, I would avoid Broad Street altogether just because of that situation there. There's some speed restrictions over the Ben Franklin Bridge, too. Well, watch for that. That's down to 25 miles per hour. The rest of the bridges are coming out cool this morning. But other than that, there's a crash out in Conshohocket. And watch for this on Elm Street, right around Corson Street. Of course, updates for the rest of the morning. And another one when I come back in about 10 minutes or so.
Now, your NBC 10 First Alert weather.
I'm meteorologist Bill Henley. It's been getting colder overnight. A lot of people out celebrating might not have noticed, fueled by that excitement from the amazing game. But you can see the road in Center City is just a little bit damp. A lot of roads are going to see some icy spots. Not as likely in Center City as in some of the suburbs into South Jersey, Pennsylvania, even into Delaware. So watch out for those slick spots this morning. We will celebrate with sunshine, not only today, but again tomorrow. It's Wednesday that looks like it's going to be a rain out and possibly even a little bit of snow to start with. We're starting off with temperatures in the 30s. It's above freezing, the Lehigh Valley, Philadelphia, South Jersey, but there are some neighborhoods that are a little bit colder, and that includes Delaware. Northern Delaware just dropped to 31 degrees in Marshallton, 31 at Limestone Road, too, while Greenville is 32. You're less likely to find icy spots farther to the south where the temperatures are a little bit warmer, but there is some slipping and sliding to start with this morning. But we are clear. We're nice and clear. We'll see a few scattered clouds. What we won't get today are any of those. Those snow showers stay out of the picture, but that's cold air along with those snow showers. We will get the cold air today. It's never really going to feel warm. In spite of bright sunshine, look at the feels like temperatures. 17 degrees for Philadelphia. As we go to noontime, still in the teens for Doylestown, Pottstown, Westchester, and it'll be the low 20s for South Jersey and Delaware. And then later this afternoon, we'll see more 20s for feels like temperatures, but those wind chills will be with us right on through the day and into tonight. All right, here's the 3-day outlook. Today is going to be the coldest one by a long shot, 35 degrees. We'll jump almost 10 degrees on Tuesday, but wet weather will be here on Wednesday, and that goes for the suburbs as well. Sunshine Monday and Tuesday, wet weather for Wednesday. The Lehigh Valley, a cold one today, just 30 degrees this afternoon with bright sunshine. Partly sunny on Tuesday, a nice warm up 35, and a bit warmer on Wednesday, but it will come with some snow and then rain. And for New Jersey, For the Jersey Shore and for Delaware, too, you can count on the same. Wednesday is going to be the washout for today and tomorrow. No problems with outdoor activities. Look at your weekend forecast and beyond with the 10-day on 10 when I'm back at 10.
We are taking the hint and running with it. All right, thanks for that, Bill. So we are also getting a look at some of the official Super Bowl championship gear that's going to be out in stores over the next few days.
Shirts, hats, and NBC 10's Pamela Osborne joins us live with more on that. Good morning, Pamela.
Good morning. We're live at the Modell's in the Northeast where fans are already lining up waiting to get inside of the store. We're going to give you a look at that championship gear when we come back.
So where do you go after your team wins the Super Bowl? Shopping, of course. Check out the lines at the Dick's Sporting Goods in North Wilmington. People waited for hours to get their Super Bowl merchandise. Everyone is going to be looking for that Super Bowl hat or shirt to just show their Eagles pride.
Here's a sampling. All right, so we got the black and green, we got gray and green. We'll take it. And a lot of stores, they open right after that win. You saw it in that picture to let Eagles Nation gear on up, especially ahead of the parade that's coming this week. NBC 10's Pamela Osborne live just outside the Modell's on Cotman Avenue in the Northeast. And looks like they got their lights on, Pam.
Yeah, they're opening early this morning as well. I'm going to step out of the way and show you. You can see some people already lined up this morning waiting to get inside to get a look at that merchandise. Employees are inside of the store. But let's give you a look at the store from last night. There were all kinds of people inside trying to get their hands on that championship merchandise. They were just selling a lot of good stuff. Hats, T-shirts, sweatshirts. Everybody wants to represent this morning, this week, as you said, ahead of that parade. Eagles fans out here again bright and early this morning. The store opening up at 5 o'clock. We're going to see if we can talk to some of these people who are in line waiting to get in, see what they're going to be buying this morning. And of course, we'll see you again soon. Reporting live in the Northeast, I'm Pamela Osborne, NBC 10 News.
Pick us up a few things, Pam. I'll pay you. I swear. I'll pay you back. I swear.
People lined up there. A little like Black Friday, except Green Monday.
Yes. Hey, I like that.
Right.
Bill likes it too. He's laughing across the studio. Now let's send it back out to Tracy and Vi just outside Minneapolis. And you guys got right on the field after the game.
It was pretty incredible.
Yeah. So you guys are bartering now.
Yeah, right.
Very, very nice.
All right, so let's talk about this. One of the biggest things that we've heard about this Eagles team is the concept of family in a lot of ways, really.
Really, really important to this team. Coach Peterson included. The families of this team are just as much involved in this win as the players are. And I had a chance to talk with Doug Peterson's wife and Mama Peterson as well, Terry.
Jeannie, come here, give me a hug. Oh, Jeannie, congratulations. Jeannie, how does it feel, honey?
Right here, here's Mama too. Oh my God, it's amazing. Cannot express. It's amazing.
Were you guys sitting on pins and needles the entire way, late in the game?
Yes.
What were you thinking?
Yes. We got this. We got this. We got this, honey. Yes. We got it.
Jeannie, we love you.
I love you.
Good job. Congratulations, Mama.
Say, yeah, I was sitting on pins and needles. And then Jeannie says, we got this.
Yeah, and that was a little short of breath there from just running over there. Trying our photographer, John Marcucci, and I, we were tethered to each other. We had to head over there. So it was a great evening. It was so fun to be with them.
Let's talk about how cold it is here. I just checked the NBC 10 app.
What is
it is 3 below. It is -3. And I'm telling you what, the fans did not notice when they left US Bank Stadium tonight. I know we didn't notice how cold it was. Let's check on your weather at home in the Philadelphia area. Bill Henley has that. Bill.
You know, when you're wearing 7 or 8 layers of green, you'll be just fine. In Minneapolis and certainly in Philadelphia. We've got a cold here. We don't have Minneapolis cold, but it is a cold, and it's going to be a windy day today. 34 degrees right now in Philadelphia. That's not too bad. I'm still concerned about some of the suburbs in Pennsylvania, in New Jersey, and Delaware, too, where you're just cold enough for some icy spots this morning. The rain moved out, and it's going to be a dry day today, but look out. If it's still on the ground, treat it as frozen this morning. The temperatures at the bus stop this morning will be in the 20s, one exception, Atlantic City, so you'll definitely have to bundle up with those cold winds blowing. 3, 4, maybe 5 Eagle shirts should do it today. You'll need your sunglasses, too. We'll see a lot of sunshine today. In the next couple days, are going to be dry. The next chance of wet weather doesn't arrive until midweek. The weekend will also see some wet weather too. Showers on Saturday, possible late in the day, more likely a rainy day on Sunday. And before we get to the weekend, we'll see the temperatures climb. Not so much today, but look at tomorrow, 44. That's after a morning low of 24 degrees. But it gets cold Tuesday night, so we could start with a little bit of mix in the morning before it changes to rain for the rest of the day. So it's pretty much going to be a washout on Wednesday. But sunshine is back on Thursday and Friday. It'll be colder, but it will be dry. And then the weekend will likely start dry on Saturday. We'll get those showers on Sunday. And then the 40s will stay with us for much of next week. That's something.
It is. Bill, thank you. 4:54 on this amazing Monday morning, and turning Minneapolis green. Eagles fans witness victory in person.
So did NBC 10's Randy Gyllenhaal. He's live for us this morning in Minnesota.
Hey, good morning, guys. For those lucky few Eagles fans who made the trip here and went to the game, it was a life-changing experience. Coming up next, the moment after the win inside the stadium and the jubilation from everybody wearing green.
We continue our team coverage now with NBC 10's Randy Gyllenhaal. He's live just outside the Eagles Hotel in Bloomington, Minnesota.
I wonder if the birds are still awake.
Something tells me they may still be partying.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they may still be. I remember seeing Carson Wentz last night as he was leaving the stadium. He was saying, give us some time. We're headed out to celebrate this big win. And, you know, for the fans who made that 17-plus hour drive up here, standing outside in the freezing cold for much of the week, this game made it absolutely worth it. You talk about an edge-of-your-seat thriller. That's exactly what it was. And at the end, when the Eagles made that last-minute dramatic win, you heard the loudest Eagles chant echoing through that stadium. Take a listen. That was just minutes after the defense stopped Tom Brady. The fans going absolutely nuts. We saw Patriots fans leaving pretty much right away. Those Eagles fans stayed in their seats for about 45 minutes to watch the trophy ceremony, to listen to the players, and they say this was an absolutely incredible, life-changing game, and they're so glad they came here to Minnesota.
I grew up in Cherry Hill. Been all my Eagle fan all my life. With a vet, my dad used to take me. I'm so excited, I can't even believe it, man. And we beat the greatest. We beat the greatest.
Go Birds! Woo!
Man, the atmosphere inside that stadium, absolutely incredible. You could tell there was probably more Eagles fans than Patriots fans whenever the Eagles would score. It got much louder than when the Patriots would score. But, man, that was such a close game. The fans were in it to the very end. They stuck around, and it was so worth it making that trip here to Minneapolis. We'll send it back to you guys.
And well worth the investment, because we know it costs a lot to get out there, Randy.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for that.
NBC 10 News today at 5 o'clock starts right now, and we continue our coverage of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
NBC 10 News starts.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Merrill Reese with the call. A first for Philly. The Eagles are Super Bowl champions this morning, and the city is now planning the team's homecoming celebration. Unlikely hero Nick Foles, Saint Nick, reveled in the win with his family by his side on the field in Minneapolis. He was named the Super Bowl's most valuable player.
Philadelphia fans flooded the streets once their team got the win, while most of the celebrations stayed tame. Our cameras captured others scaling the fence of City Hall. Take a look at the comparison of last night after the Eagles Super Bowl win to this morning. Things have quieted down as the world champion title starts to really sink in. It is sinking in, and it is an incredible morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Ted Greenberg.
And I'm Rosemary Connors. We're happy to have you with us on this historic Monday in Philadelphia. The Eagles, Super Bowl champs at long last. Today, we expect to learn some more details about the Eagles' return to Philadelphia and, of course, the victory parade that fans have been waiting decades for. NBC 10 News today has you covered all morning long, from the post-celebration revelry in Philadelphia to what's next for the team, to fans heading home from Minnesota. We start in Center City, where fans performed dangerous stunts like this in the wake of the Eagles' win. People piled onto this awning right at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel on Broad Street. As you can see, it collapsed.
NBC 10's Matt DeLucia has been surveying the scene in Center City all night long. So, Matt, what does it look like right now where you are?
Well, Ted and Rosemary, here at Broad and Chestnut, you see the police are still here, along with some of those bike racks here that were part of the barricades to keep the distance between the police officers and who were on both sides of Broad Street. You're also now seeing more of the street sweepers making their way through the area right now, cleaning up the trash, the beer cans, the broken glass. Most of the streets cleared out around 2 o'clock this morning, but we are still seeing a few folks here and there making their way back home. There were a lot of people here just a few hours ago packing Broad Street shoulder to shoulder, having a good time celebrating that Eagles win. Some people, though, did go a little too far, climbing light poles, smashing windows. We did check in with police overnight and asked when they might have a number on arrests or damages. We were told that answer likely won't come until later on this morning. But businesses are still checking out the damage that was left behind. That awning outside the Ritz-Carlton Hotel that we just mentioned collapsed when people started climbing on it. I also saw people from Skyforce 10 looking down, people climbing on the subway entrances and those light poles as mentioned. But we have been driving throughout Center City. In some spots, people sprayed graffiti, others overturned concrete planters. I spoke with one worker a little while ago who says that some teens rushed into the store, stole some items, broke a window, and then left. This was over by 17th and Chestnut, where several light poles are down. Now, Brian, if you could follow me just a little bit over here, you can see some folks here looking ready to go back to work. But Philly police and some of that crime, they're still left over because of some of the damage and the broken glass throughout the area here. So some folks having a good time, others taking it just a little too far. We're going to keep making our way throughout Center City, checking out some of that damage. For now, I'm live here in Center City. Matt DeLucia, NBC 10 News.
Just a fraction of the Eagles nation. The majority of fans celebrated in a safe way. And in Minneapolis, the players were literally rolling around in their win, rolling around in the confetti, celebrating this historic moment for this city of Philadelphia. Of course, everyone wants to know what is next for this championship team.
That includes waiting on details about the Eagles' big parade through the city, which we have all been waiting for decades, including NBC 10's Katie Zachary.
Yeah, we're all Philly.
All three of us are from the area. She's live at the link right now. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Ted. Unlike you, but similar to Rosemary, I'm not going to exactly divulge how long we've been waiting for this celebratory parade to make its way from South Philadelphia to the Art Museum steps. I can tell you here outside the link throughout the morning, we've seen a few people come by and take pictures of the Eagles' home turf on this momentous morning. But other than that, it's pretty quiet here. Give it a day or so, and I predict that this part of the city will be absolutely electric. That's because we know that the parade, this victory parade, to celebrate the Eagles' win and show off that Lombardi trophy will start in South Philadelphia and end at the Art Museum steps, specifically at the Rocky statue. Now, this is the caveat. We still don't know what day the parade will happen. Mayor Jim Kenney plans to announce that and more parade details at a press conference today. He hasn't said what time the press conference will happen, but I can tell you NBC 10 will carry that announcement live on TV and on all of our platforms. Back out here live, we are still trying to figure out and to learn when the Eagles, when the team will arrive back home in Philadelphia, because similar to the parade, you can imagine the homecoming expected at the airport when the team sets foot back in Philly. For now, we're live in South Philadelphia. Katie Zachary, NBC 10 News.
Mayor Kenney making that announcement probably when he wakes up this morning and stops pinching himself. I mean, obviously, he's a hometown guy, too. All of this electric excitement, thanks to a team that defied the odds and adversity throughout the season.
They really did. They were underdogs who proved themselves on the biggest stage in football. NBC 10 anchors Visa Kahema and Tracy Davidson are live in Bloomington, Minnesota this morning with a look at the most memorable moments of Super Bowl 52. And it was really such an incredible, exciting game from start to finish.
It really was, and those underdogs are now top dogs. And this is such a Cinderella story, fairy tale, whatever you want to call it, with a really clear star. backup quarterback, Nick Foles.
Yeah, and he helped pull off one of the trickiest trick plays in Super Bowl history. Now, this goes back to 2015 when these two teams played, and they ran a similar play that was run earlier in the game to Tom Brady, but this one here, he catches it, scores a touchdown. You remember Tom Brady got this play in the second quarter, I believe it was. He dropped the pass. Look at Mike Trout. Mike Trout is high-fiving people. Yes. He's close to this team. He loves this team and loves their players. Big Eagles fan. But that touchdown maintained momentum for him. Foles also threw for 3 touchdowns on the way to a Super Bowl MVP award. And Foles' final and most important touchdown pass came to Zach Ertz with just over 2 minutes left to play. League officials actually had to review the play to make sure that Ertz did have control of the football as he crossed the goal line. Look closely, he did. Stretches out, the ball comes loose, but after the fact, he'd scored the touchdown, and it turned out to be the winning score. And then seconds later, the Eagles pretty much sealed this game. Defensive end Brandon Graham stripping the ball away from Pats quarterback Tom Brady. A lot of people are a little bit nervous because when Tom Brady has the ball in his hands late in the game, he usually makes something happen, but that's what happened. Derek Barnett recovers the fumble, and at that point, the Eagles needed a field goal, just a field goal, to sort of seal it away. They do it. Look at the reaction, Zach Ertz and his buddies on the sidelines when that fumble is recovered. Nick Foles is going crazy. It was over.
A couple years ago, there was a time where I was thinking about hanging up the cleats. And, I think as people, we deal with struggles. And that was, a moment in my life where, I thought about it and, I prayed about it. And, I'm grateful that I made the decision to come back here and play.
Well, he did make the decision to come back and play, and he gets rewarded with a Super Bowl MVP, and he is a hero to many in Philadelphia.
How sweet is that? You can see just about every member of the Super Bowl champion Birds, which sounds great to say, touching or kissing the Vince Lombardi trophy. It fell to Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie to accept the NFL's ultimate prize.
For Eagles fans everywhere, this is for them. I got the best players in the world, and it's a resilient group. Not only do we have the best fans in the world, we now have the best team in the world.
We just went out there and played football.
And Lurie claimed the Eagles' first Super Bowl trophy 24 years after he bought the team. Now, in about 4.5 hours here at Mall of America, winning Super Bowl coach Doug Peterson will talk about the Birds championship. He's now in a very elite club, and football analysts and many fans are saying that Peterson out-coached Bill Belichick.
Yeah, he really did. I managed to catch up with Coach Peterson in the stadium tunnel, and I asked him about his strategy in Peterson's first one-on-one interview after the game. Take a look.
So many people doubted this team. So many people doubted you personally, and the injury after injury, and people doubted and kept doubting, and you guys used it as fuel.
And that's okay. That's okay. That's where there's going to be doubters in this business, and there's going to be supporters in this business, and those that were on board with us, they saw that group in that locker room, the coaches that I have, the front office, Howie Roseman's, Joe Douglas's that brought the talent in to allow us to coach and teach and to get the job done. But I trust those guys in that locker room. I trust my coaches, and I trust myself, and we got it done.
He trusts himself. He also trusted Nick Foles. Minutes earlier, Peterson got a rousing cheer from Eagles fans in the stands as he was leaving the field. Pretty incredible night for him and his family. We couldn't be more happier for he and Jeannie.
That's true. We have a lot more to talk about here, but now let's talk about the weather.
Yeah. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Bill Henley for your forecast. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Vi, Tracy, you guys have the cold. We are getting colder this morning. Looks great, doesn't it, Lincoln Financial Field? But look closely, and you see there are a few icy spots around. You can see it looks a little damp on the roadway and the parking lot. Some ice has formed overnight. It hasn't been treated, and it didn't dry out from yesterday's rain. Stand stand by. We'll be slipping and sliding in some areas this morning. Gusty winds will be blowing through the day. We'll see a lot of sunshine today, but not much of a warm-up. Clouds move in tonight, and that's going to seal in the cold that arrives during the day today. Now, we do have some school delays this morning, about 24, mainly in the suburbs and into Berks County in the Lehigh Valley, and it's because of these falling temperatures on roads that haven't dried out. There are some icy spots. Collegeville, Spring City just below freezing, and right at freezing for many neighborhoods. Elroy, Lansdale, Warrington at 32 degrees. And in Berks County, it is right at freezing now for Fleetwood and just a degree above in Oldie, but you'll still see some pockets of ice in the Lehigh Valley too. Whitehall Township is 33, Macungie 32, and 33 in Easton right now. So be on the lookout for those. You'll have to bundle up today. Layers of green should take care of it today. It's going to be a cold and windy one. You can see the winds are blowing, a few scattered snow showers in central Pennsylvania. We won't see the snow here. We will get the wind, so that's going to make it feel cold all day long. Those winds gusting to 30 miles an hour. And since they're coming out of the northwest, that's cold air that's dumping into the area. So in spite of bright sunshine, look at the temperatures. They stay within a very narrow range all day long. And look at the wind. That will be blowing all day long as well. It'll feel like 19 degrees at 10 o'clock and 20s this afternoon. But it will be dry. In fact, you can see the 7-day forecast at the bottom screen shows it's going to be dry for most of the week. The exception, Wednesday. So if, Mr. Mayor, if you're watching, and I know you watch, Wednesday is not the day for a parade. Any other day this week, fantastic. Let's do it. In fact, let's do it every day this week, but Wednesday.
Just saying. We're just saying here, just suggesting. But, you know, meteorologist Bill Henley is the expert. It's 11 minutes past 5 o'clock right now on this Monday, the Super Bowl win Monday.
Yes.
And we've been hearing something about a green flu sweeping the region. So a lot of people may not be driving into work today.
That's what I have. I got to go. Yeah, I have that too. So a lot of people probably getting up this morning and maybe not even getting up at all, or trying to head to work in a haze, you know, that green haze here. I am one of them. So I'm with you guys. 95 right around Girard Avenue is what we're watching here. Both directions, not bad. The majors are pretty much back to normal following yesterday's jams around the Vine Street Expressway area and a lot of the ramps that were off and closed as well. So right here southbound towards Center City, no problems there. The problem is once you get to Center City, just watch for cleanup in the area, a lot of broken bottles or things like that. They do have trucks around cleaning up and down Broad Street specifically, and also people walking around too. So that's something you got to be careful of. But watch out in Conshohocken too for a crash on Elm Street right around Corson Street. Back to you guys.
One countdown ends, another begins. We are actually just days away from the start of the Winter Olympics, and the athletes are getting some inspiration from the Super Bowl. How Eagles fans overseas celebrated the Birds' big win. Seats of a lifetime. Fans in the stands of Super Bowl 52 share what it was like to watch those birds fly into history.
And I'm Tim Furlong in Minneapolis, St. Paul. We trudged through the negative 15-degree wind chills to get here to the airport. Lots of Eagles fans having the adrenaline wear off. We're all very, very, very tired, but very, very excited. We're going to talk to some Eagles fans when we come right back.
5:16 on this Monday morning after an Eagles Super Bowl win. This is a live look at Broad Street in Center City, Philadelphia, where you can see that much of it is closed to traffic because sanitation crews have to get their work done before people head out this morning. So keep that in mind as you make your way to work or to school. The Great Migration, this time home. Eagles fans are flying back to Philadelphia after making the trip to Minnesota to cheer the team to a Super Bowl win.
Among them, another lifelong Eagles fan, NBC 10's Tim Furlong. He's live at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, where fans and Tim are getting ready to come on home. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Teddy G, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'll tell you what, the one guy corrected me over there. He said the adrenaline hasn't gone away. Okay, I buy that, but we are tired and we're sort of having that crash. Take a look. This is a guy who works with us. That's Caesar over there. That's how we all kind of feel out here right now. But we're all so pumped still that the Eagles won. But a lot of us are getting out on early flights. The TSA lines were getting a little bit longer when we came in. Not too bad yet. But as the day goes on, they expect 69,000 people to leave Minneapolis-St. Paul on a normal day. 30,000 leave, so it's a lot more people. And this is Big Dave right here. Dave, you're from Miami. Your dad brainwashed you to be an Eagles fan. You went to the game.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right.
You sound god-awful like me, by the way.
I mean, I take that as a compliment at this point. It was worth it. I was at the game, and just every single play, whether it was right after Brady did something incredible, as he always does, or whether the Eagles doing something good, just try to scream and support the team. And as you said, I'm not, I'm not from Philadelphia. I've been going to games all my life, and it's more of just about appreciating the city, appreciating a fan base that is just so passionate. There are Eagles fans all around the world, some of whom I was in contact with, and I hope the players and the organization understands how much it means to.
I think they do. I talk to them. I think they do.
And this is
so worth it. Yeah,
what I tried to do.
So worth it. I agree with you, man. Have a good flight home.
Much appreciated.
You're gonna snuggle up, get a little pillow going on the side like that, and kind of go up against the window there.
Honestly, I'm gonna try to sleep, but I haven't slept a wink since the game, and I don't know if that's gonna change. Eagles won the Super Bowl. I don't know what it's gonna take for me to sleep again.
We're champions, buddy. So guys, there you go. We're feeling tired. We're getting out of Dodge. We're heading back to Philly, and we're going back for a parade. That's what we've been talking about for a long time, guys. Just going home for the parade. So that's where we're going. We'll get some sleep. We'll sleep in our own bed tonight, and we'll feel a little better tomorrow. So not too bad. Back to you,
Tim. Thanks. So worth it to have your hoarse voice this morning. I mean, this is what we all wanted. Jess also a little hoarse, I think, right?
I'm a little hoarse, and I just noticed I'm in that green haze as well, like you guys were just talking about. This is supposed to say the Schuylkill Expressway, and I just don't know, just left it like that. This is the Schuylkill, it's not 95, and I'm reading it, and it's just I'm not paying attention or something. I'm listening to all the stories. I can't keep my eyes off of anything. Watching both directions of the Schuylkill, east and westbound, guys, not bad. So everything pretty much looks good. And earlier this morning, I was seeing a little more volume than we were used to so early because a lot of people were heading home. So right now, we're just kind of getting back to normal. Maybe some slippery spots, but for the most part, we're not seeing any problems because of that. But in New Jersey, we have one. This is in Burlington Township. Crash on the New Jersey Turnpike southbound side right near Route 541. That's exit 5, so watch getting by the scene there. And also a crash in Conshohocken on Elm Street right around Corson Street. So some minor crashes. Moving through Center City might be one of the biggest problems for you, especially up and down Broad Street. Watch for some cleaning crews there, so they'll have the closure. So just avoid Broad Street pretty much through Center City. Back to you guys.
Good advice. Thanks for that, Jess. I think Mother Nature has to be a birds fan. I mean, as I was heading out, I'm sure a lot of people were heading out to their Super Bowl plans last night, parties. It was pouring. Cats and dogs, underdogs, not underdogs anymore. And then it just cleared up by the end of the
Just in time for everybody to go on outside and celebrate, right, Bill?
Right on time. And now let me show you, that rain is way away from us, so wet weather is completely out of the picture. We are drying out, but it didn't dry out soon enough for some neighborhoods. So we're hearing about some school delays in some of the suburbs into the Lehigh Valley and Berks County this morning. You'll see them coming up at the bottom of the screen. The temperature is just above freezing in Philadelphia, 34 degrees, but it's going to get colder. Winds will be with us through the day. It drops to 31 degrees. That's at 10 o'clock this morning. And then we stay in the 30s for the feels-like temperatures. They'll be stuck in the 20s this afternoon. Same story in the suburbs, 34 degrees right now. There are some colder neighborhoods, so watch out for icy spots this morning. Cold weather all day long, but we will see some sunshine, and then bright sunshine in the Lehigh Valley. We'll bring the temperatures up a little bit at 2 o'clock, but it stays below freezing here, and it feels like 20 degrees this afternoon in the Lehigh Valley. New Jersey, there are some pockets of ice this morning, some colder spots. Most of the area is just above freezing, but as the sun comes up, that's the coldest time of day, so we'll see the temperatures drop a little bit, especially when those winds start kicking in, and we'll feel those winds all day long in New Jersey. And even at the shore, too, just 30s for today. That 37 degrees will feel like 27 degrees with gusty winds of up to 30 miles an hour. In Delaware, you've got sunshine on the way, too. Look out for some icy spots this morning, just a few of them. That hasn't been treated and it didn't dry out. It's going to be ice this morning. 31 degrees at noontime, bright sunshine during the day today. Now, if they're traveling from Minnesota, look at this afternoon, a little bit of snow just to the south. This could cause some delays on the roads, too. Milwaukee will see some of that snow this afternoon. I know not everybody's flying, so those that are driving are going to be dealing with this snow. That snow kind of fizzles before it gets to us. That's early Tuesday morning at 3:30 in the morning. Tomorrow, you can see it to the west. So that fizzles, but come Wednesday, we will get some wet weather. So Wednesday is kind of going to be a washout. Could see some snow in the morning before it changes to rain. Temperatures will be in the 40s. That warm up starts tomorrow. Once the rain leaves us, we're back into the cold heading into the weekend. And the weekend looks like it's going to be damp too. A look at that with the weekend forecast coming up in the next half hour.
All right, Bill, thanks. We'll see you then. Scary moments while celebrating. Fans fall to the ground when a Philadelphia awning snaps. And front row seat to history. Eagles fans talk about watching their birds soar to victory in Minneapolis.
I love that music, and we get to listen to it for a while now. The city of brotherly love stuck by their birds through thick and thin. I love this. Santa, can we call it even? Yeah, we know. There's batteries thrown at Santa at a couple of Eagles games back in the 80s, 90s. Yeah, we are even. Last night, the birds handed over their reward to the fans.
And we will soon see the sparkle of the Lombardi Trophy make its way down Broad Street. Fans stayed in the stands well through the trophy presentation, relishing the moment, and Tracy Davidson was there to talk with them. So, Tracy, what was the overall feeling?
Oh, everyone was just ecstatic. I mean, they were stunned, but everybody had been confident from the beginning. So it was just incredible to watch it all unfold and watch the Birds beat the venerable Patriots.
Yeah! Go Birds! Super Bowl 52, we finally got one! Yo! Never been a Super Bowl better than that. You know that's the best Super Bowl you've ever seen in 52, and we won it.
We totally hit them with the hind. We're Super Bowl champions. Unbelievable. Go Eagles.
Go Birds!
Oh, and there were so many banners, and the fans just stayed. I mean, they stayed through the trophy presentation. They stayed watching all the news conferences and all the players talking about it. Security was trying to sweep them out, and they were like, they were still chanting.
No we waited into that section of the fans before the game, and then you went back up there.
I did, yeah.
And got that video after the fact, and so it was just amazing. You got the feeling that they were worried about the moment being over once they left the stadium. We're live in Bloomington, Minnesota, and now to Matt DeLucia, who's live in Center City for us. Matt?
Hey, good morning. We are in Center City right now. The party was definitely one for the ages, but now the cleanup has begun right here in front of the Macy's. You see some of the damage left behind. We're going to give you a look at what was left throughout the city next.
It was one of the best games in Super Bowl history, and this morning the Eagles are waking up winners. Coming up, we'll get emotional reaction from players just minutes after they took down Tom Brady and that Patriots dynasty.
NBC 10 News starts
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
A Philadelphia fantasy comes true. This morning, the Eagles are Super Bowl champions, clinching the title against the New England Patriots in a thrilling game in the bold North. Once Jeffrey Lurie lifted the trophy high, Philadelphia fans flooded the streets in celebration. Some of the faithful even set off fireworks on Broad Street near City Hall. While most of the celebrations were tame and safe, there were a few unruly fans. Skyforce 10 captured people climbing this pole at South Broad and Walnut Streets.
Most of them were tame. We should stress that, luckily. And good morning, everyone. It is a sweet morning here in the Philadelphia area. I'm Ted Greenberg.
And I'm Rosemary Connors. Thank you so much for being with us on this incredible Monday, this historic Monday in the city of Philadelphia and across the region. The Eagles and their fans basking in the green glow of a world championship. We know everybody wants the details on that parade that's coming. Don't worry, we're working on getting that information. As soon as we have it, we'll make sure you have it too.
NBC 10 News Today has live team coverage this morning from the celebrations in Center City to Philly faithful rushing out to get brand new Super Bowl 52 gear to Eagles fans getting ready to leave the bold North. We start in Center City. Some celebrations, as we mentioned, got a little out of hand. People piled onto an awning of the Ritz-Carlton and it collapsed. NBC 10's Matt DeLucia is live in Center City.
Matt, show us what you're seeing out there this morning.
Yeah, Rosemary and Ted, we've been moving throughout the area this morning to give you a different perspective each half hour of what we are seeing damage-wise throughout the city. Again, it's important to mention that a lot of people were out having a good time and were behaving very well, and especially when you saw those pictures from Skyforce 10 of the thousands of people there on Broad Street. But there were some folks who did get a little out of hand. One spot that we'll point out is right here at the Macy's. You see all the broken glass here, and this gentleman here boarding up the windows because some folks just decided to take it upon themselves to start smashing that glass. Also, take a look at some video from Chestnut Street on the 1600 block of Chestnut overnight, where we did see much of the same thing. People breaking windows, people turning over planters, and one store worker over at the Rite Aid there told me that a group of teens went in, took a bunch of items, broke the window, and left. And they were spending the overnight hours trying to clean up the mess left over from the store. So that is what folks are dealing with right now. They're just trying to clean up that mess. In fact, right now you might be able to hear the sound of the street sweepers making their way throughout the area. We'll take another live look here in Center City by City Hall. Another thing that might be important to mention is a lot of light poles were damaged because of this. And right here at Market and Juniper, you see there are no more traffic lights at this intersection. They were all ripped out, marked by those cones there. So again, this was a busy night, a big night for celebrations, but some folks did take it just a tad too far. Live in Center City, I'm Matt DeLucia, NBC 10 News.
That's a first, I can say that. Well, obviously, it's fitting. Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, and look at the love, the Lombardi Trophy, getting on the way to the presentation. Smooch after smooch after smooch. Speaking of love, take a look at this. Chris Long finding his dad, football great Howie Long, right on the field as the confetti continues to fall on our city's champions. NBC 10's Dre Clark is live in Bloomington, Minnesota for us this morning. And Dre, quite an historic moment for the city, for the Eagles franchise, an emotional day ahead.
Yeah, Rosemary, good morning. It is historic because the Eagles have never won a Super Bowl. The franchise has won 3 NFC championships in its history, but never a Super Bowl. That is until last night. Certainly last night belonged to the Birds. It was a game that will go down in Super Bowl history as one of the most exciting played. Exciting from start to finish, but only one team could win. And this morning, the Eagles are waking up champions, winners of Super Bowl 52. After the game, players were extremely emotional, crying and running around the field, looking for their family members to embrace. They worked hard all season, and there were a lot of people who believed the Eagles would not make it this far. They doubted the team's ability to get things done, but the team knew they had their doubters and their haters, but they kept their focus. They kept their cool on each other and very focused on winning.
Our chip just kept getting bigger, and all we was worried about was the men in that room, and we worked hard all year, and it just paid off this last game against the best of the best.
How important was it to get behind Foles after losing Wentz in Los Angeles?
Hey, it was big. Foles, he deserved everything that came to him because everybody doubted him. Everybody talked stuff about him. He just kept his composure, and he worked on his craft, and he got the job done in the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, and that was a key component, the team rallying around Foles, giving him as much confidence as possible to especially step into that game last night on the big stage and do so well. And, of course, we now know he earned MVP honors. For now, we're live inside the Mall of America. Dre Clark, NBC 10 News. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Dre, thank you. 5:36 right now. Let's talk about how we got here. An underdog victory with an ending Philadelphia will never forget. NBC 10 anchors Visika Hema and Tracy Davidson join us live from Bloomington, Minnesota, with a look at the impact moments of Super Bowl 52. And there were so many of them, guys.
So many. What a game. The Eagles claim their first ever Super Bowl title. Sounds good to say, in dramatic fashion.
Yeah, consider what they did, Tracy. They scored 79 points in the 2 games, NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl, 38 in the NFC Championship game. They scored 41 tonight against the best team in football.
What was the best team?
They were the best team, and now it's the Eagles. Head coach Doug Peterson, meanwhile, made this gutsy call on 4th and goal just before the half. The play ended with Nick Foles acting like he was not in play involved. Then he goes out, catches a little 2-yard pass there, touchdown. First quarterback in history of the game to catch a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. Peterson said he named the play the Eagles Special. Foles also threw for 3 touchdowns. There's to a Super Bowl, becoming a Super Bowl MVP.
We have such a great group of guys, such a great coaching staff. We felt confident coming in, and you know, we just went out there and played football. You know, we've played this game since we were a little kid. We've dreamed about this moment. There's plenty of kids watching this game right now dreaming about this moment. Someday we'll be here. And to be here with my daughter, my wife, my family, my teammates, this city, we're very blessed.
Dreams come true. Carson Wentz tweeted just after the game, "God is so good. World champions. So proud of this team. Told y'all my boy Nick Foles was going to shine tonight. Well deserved, my bro." He continues to be a leader, doesn't he?
become a reality. That's the overall theme as the Eagles get ready for the bash on Broad Street. They're not backing down, and they fully expect to be in the Super Bowl again. They think they'll do it again and again and again.
A wild party. It's great to see everyone pass the trophy around, as you just saw in that video. We were standing with some of them like, hey, bring it over here. I got pictures to take. I want to kiss that up.
And then the new chant will be
Foles, Foles,
Foles, Foles.
Right now, let's chant for meteorologist Bill Henley. He has your forecast for this celebratory Monday. Bill.
Going to celebrate with lots of sunshine today. It's going to be a great day weather-wise once we get past a few icy spots this morning. The majors are doing fine, as Jessica Boynton has been telling us this morning, but some of the side streets, especially in the suburbs and into the Lehigh Valley, have some icy spots. We've got about 50 school delays, so keep an eye on the bottom of the screen. It's the 7-day forecast right now, but coming up, you'll see those delays. We will indeed celebrate with sunshine today and again tomorrow, but Wednesday, that's a great day to not have a parade. It is going to be a washout and could start with some snow. Right now, just have to layer up. 31 degrees in the suburbs, 33 in Delaware. This is not typical cold. Usually in the beginning of February it's colder, but it's just cold enough at Chestnut Hill, Parkside, even Westmont area for some slippery spots this morning. So if it looks like it's damp, the road, the sidewalk, treat it as ice this morning. Be on the safe side. We are clear. We'll see sunshine, a lot of it today. We won't get any of those snow showers. You can see them in central Pennsylvania. But you see how quickly they're moving. That wind, we will feel that during the day today. The temperatures, this is what's happening right now. It's 35 in New Jersey, 33 in the suburbs, 34 in Philadelphia with a wind at 7 miles an hour. The wind will be increasing and coming out of the northwest. That 20-mile-an-hour wind will make it feel like it's in the teens at 8 o'clock and in the lower 20s at 11 o'clock this morning. And right on through the day, the wind is going to do its best to keep temperatures down. So the afternoon temperatures not going to look a lot different than they do right now. The difference is for lots of sunshine. Now, the best chance of that wet weather will be on Wednesday for the entire area, but the rest of the week is looking dry until we get to the weekend. Saturday starts dry and temperatures will be climbing into the 40s, but there's a chance of some late day or evening showers in a few neighborhoods, Lehigh Valley, New Jersey, and the Jersey Shore, and then we'll all get rainfall, but the temperatures will stay mild on Sunday, up to 51 degrees indeed in New Jersey. I'll show you how long that's going to last with the 10-day on 10 when I'm back in 10.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Bill. Something tells me those school delays and those things this morning may have a double purpose. You know, the icy spots, the weather, and
there was like one raindrop, and they were like, "Oh well, it's going to be awful. Stay home, be safe." I hear you.
Stay in bed.
Yeah. So guys, we're watching the roads too, and they're not too bad. So heading out the door, there might be a little bit of slippery spots. The majors are okay. It's really the back roads and the on and off ramps that we typically watch in these times. But right now, the boulevard and our cameras right around 17th Street both look good. They're actually seeing a little bit of a delay here, which is odd. A second ago, I just had an emergency vehicle off to the shoulder. It was just there by itself, and now it's all gone too. So the boulevard looks good, but we do have a few accidents popping up. One out in Abington on Old Welsh Road, right around Paper Mill Road, and also watching in Burlington Township on the New Jersey Turnpike's southbound side, just near Route 541. There's a crash there near Exit 5. If you're feeling nervous about it, take 295. That's open and nice and clear too. Back to you guys.
All right, Jess, thank you. Family first. We talk with an important part of the Eagles' extended team about the importance of teamwork. And here's Pamela live for us this morning.
Well, the shelves are stocked here with that new Super Bowl merchandise, and take a look at all the customers buying it up this morning. We'll introduce you to some of them when we come back.
Gearing on up. This is a look at a line in Wilmington, Delaware, where Eagles fans sprinted to a nearby sports store to grab their Super Bowl 52 champion merchandise as soon as that team lifted the Lombardi Trophy.
NBC 10's Pamela Osborne is live at a Modell sporting goods store in Northeast Philadelphia, where this brand new gear is just hitting the shelves and the racks and everything else, right, Pamela?
Yeah, and in some cases like this one, it's just coming out of the boxes here. Take a look. They have shot glasses. They have some of these flyers here, glasses. The underdog tees are back. But the real thing that people are coming in for is the Super Bowl championship merchandise. Take a look. This is one of the tees that'll cost you about $25. And you can even get one with a Super Bowl ring on the front as well. So a lot of people have been in here. So there was a line forming before the store even opened up at 5 o'clock this morning. Everyone just trying to get a piece of a Super Bowl win, represent the Eagles today. We actually talked to one dad who has a bartending job. He didn't even go home last night. He came straight here as soon as they opened. Take a listen to why and what he had on his mind.
You know, because I worked, I didn't have a chance to hang out with my son and my daughter and my wife and watch the game. And so I thought one way to make up for it was I could have been home by about 3:40, 3:45. Why not just wait till 5, grab a couple shirts, and when they wake up in the morning for school, they'll see Daddy got a Super Bowl shirt for him. So kind of make up for not hanging out with him, you know?
And I think that that's definitely going to make up for not being able to hang out with them. They may be some of the first kids in school to wear some of this Super Bowl merchandise to work or to school with them today. Reporting live at Modell's in the Northeast, I'm Pamela Osborne, NBC 10 News.
Dad of the year right there.
Yeah.
You know, I sent a text message to my husband about an hour ago. Get up and please get to Modell's because we need some gear because fans already started picking it up last night, Vi.
Yeah, that's a good call by you. Get Ben to the store because the stuff that you have on the desk there has to be put back at our desk. So that's a good call, Rosemary. Thank you very much.
All right, so let's talk more about the Eagles and their family. That a lot has been made about that this season, and their relationships are at the top of their priority list. And some would say that's the difference that it's made for them.
Yeah, they feel like they're a family. And
Yeah.
that's probably why it's so easy to love them. Everyone is incredibly personable, right up to Coach Peterson's wife and even Mama Peterson. Take a look. Jeannie, come here, give me a hug. Oh, Jeannie, congratulations. Jeannie, how does it feel, honey?
Right here, here's Mama too. Oh my God, it's amazing. Cannot express. It's amazing.
Were you guys sitting on pins and needles the entire way, late in the game?
Yes.
What were you thinking?
Yes. We got this. We got this. We got this, honey. Yes. We got it.
Jeannie, we love you.
I love you.
Congratulations, Mama.
Pure joy.
We got this.
Yeah,
we got this.
we got-
That's Mom Terry Peterson. That's Doug's mom. How about these guys?
Oh my gosh, one of the night's most memorable moments came after the game was won. Confetti rained down onto our Eagles. They relished in the moment. They were rolling in it. People were taking pictures with it. It's really kind of special when you're there, and we were in it when it all came raining down on us.
No, come on. You do better than that. You got to do better.
I know,
than
he did that on
right?
Instagram. Whee!
It's amazing. People saw it and they were texting me from home asking me. They didn't ask me to bring gear back. They wanted, hey, grab some of that confetti and bring it back with you.
You know, someone asked me, why are you doing that? And there was a bunch of us doing it. And I said, this is history right here. This is really important. And my phone blew up too. People said, please, one person said, can you bring some back for my kids? Somebody else said, please, if you could just bring back a handful. This means a lot to this city.
So Tracy disappears. Next thing I see is she's walking across the field with a trash bag, and then we start picking up confetti and we start.
If I'd had a
piling
shovel.
it in. It was awesome. All right, let's. I hope we don't need a shovel back home, right? Let's check in with meteorologist Bill Henley and find out what the weather is like back there. Bill?
Very concerned about
I don't have a chair.
the man.
You know what?
What's going on over there?
Standing ovation for last
what's
night.
happening there?
That's what we got. I'll go like this.
There you go.
That's it. He won't a chair. Let's get in. Let's do it.
Keisha to the rescue.
The chair's just getting in. It was out celebrating
fine.
over
It was. It was climbing a light
as
pole
well.
on
And why
Broad
not?
Street.
There's certainly lots to celebrate this morning. And not too much to worry about, but there are a few icy spots. We've got some school delays this morning. So if you're heading out the door right now, most of the area is doing just fine. It's finally easy being green. Sunshine is going to be nice and bright. We're going to be layering up and glean during the day. Those icy spots this morning, just a few pockets in the suburbs in the Lehigh Valley, and that's where we're seeing the delays, up to about 50 delays so far. Cold winds will be blowing all day long, so if you hit the layers of green, you'll be just fine today. Dry weather until we get to Wednesday. Wednesday looks like it's going to be a soaker and may even start with a little bit of snow. Temperatures have fallen into the 30s. It's slowly coming down this morning. The Lehigh Valley and the suburbs, this is where you're more likely to see pockets of ice. The main roads, as Jesse's been saying this morning, have been treated, but you'll find some slippery spots, especially turning the corner. So if it looks like it's damp or it looks like it's got that sheen on it this morning, treat it as ice to start with. Look at the temperatures to start with. 8 o'clock this morning, temperatures are in the 20s and lower 30s, just below freezing, just enough to make you bundle up this morning. But we will see lots of sunshine, and so in addition to those layers, you'll need your sunglasses today. Those snow showers will miss us. In fact, nothing coming our way until we get to Wednesday. And here's Wednesday morning. Look at that, 4:30 in the morning, a little bit of snow moving through Baltimore. It moves through our area first thing, but it's mainly going to be a rain event during the day on Wednesday. That's 1:30 in the afternoon. Steady, if not heavy rainfall. So Wednesday looks like not a great day for any parade activity. Pick any other day this week and we'll be just fine. Here's your 10-day on 10. 35 degrees this afternoon. Warmer tomorrow. There will be more clouds around, but we'll hit 44 after a morning low of 24 degrees. A bit of a mix in the morning, and then it quickly changes over to rain on Wednesday. Then we're dry for Thursday and Friday, and most of the day on Saturday will be dry. But clouds return. We could see some showers late Saturday night, and Sunday looks like it's going to be a rainy one. Then drying out with temperatures staying in the 40s next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
All right, Bill, thank you. Just like that, Jessica's back on her feet.
I just can't sit down. That's all it is, guys. Who can, really, right? No one can sleep either. So maybe you're heading out the door in the next couple of minutes. Just be warned, it's not too bad moving through Center City on the majors. But if you're through Center City up and down Broad Street, there's a lot of cleanup there and still people out and about walking around, a lot of cabs, a lot of extra cars, more cars than normal for how early it is, too. So watch for that. But other than that, the Vine Street Expressway is good both directions. Our cameras are right on 8th Street showing that. And the Broad Street ramps are back open following closures since last night, of course. So that's all back open. No delays there. And there are a few crashes, actually. One out in White Marsh on Thomas Road right around Cotler Drive, and also watching mass transit. So we're seeing some minor delays for SEPTA's Route 102 because of equipment problems. But other than that, PATCO, Amtrak, and New Jersey Transit are all on time.
Well, they may have paid a few $1,000s for tickets, but not a single Eagles fan will say it wasn't worth the money. Coming up next, the moment inside the stadium that the Birds won it all, and the season ticket holders who were there waiting for this very moment.
All right, many of us, if not most of us here across the Philly region, watched the Eagles' big win at home. Maybe you were with family, friends, or with perfect strangers at a bar or restaurant.
It was a good game to watch. But as we know, some got to make the trek to Minneapolis to watch the game in person, and we certainly heard them in the stadium. NBC 10's Randy Gyllenhaal is live in Bloomington, Minnesota. And Randy, you talked with fans about how electric it was to be in the stands as the Birds made history.
Yeah, it was loud, almost felt like a home game. There were 67,000 people in that stadium on the edge of their seats the entire game. You talk about drama when that last play, that ball sailing toward the end zone, bouncing around, then hitting the ground. That is when we heard one of the loudest Eagles chants in history echoing through US Bank Stadium. Eagles fans stayed in their seats and cheered nonstop for more than an hour as Patriots fans fled the stadium. At one point, security had to ask some of those fans to get out after they cheered through the news conferences, the trophy presentations. We found people from Philadelphia who made that long 17-hour trek to Minnesota, many who'd been going to Eagles games for decades, never seeing a day quite like this.
Unbelievable, man. Coming down here with my buddy Bruno. We've been going to games since we were 8 together, season ticket holders. It's amazing. This is just unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Broad Street, baby. Broad Street. Can't wait to get home and celebrate.
Yeah, these fans say they're going to get out of Minneapolis as soon as possible, head back to Philadelphia for the big parade. Meantime, we're outside the Eagles Hotel here at the Radisson Blu at the Mall of America, waiting for the team to arrive after a long night of celebrating. They, too, will head back to Philadelphia with that Lombardi trophy in hand. For now, we're live outside Minneapolis. Randy Gyllenhaal, NBC 10 News.
They deserve it. They deserve to be out all night. I mean, they were disciplined all season, definitely
Right.
into the postseason, so we get it.
This is the night to be up all night partying.
Or the morning.
Yes, our coverage of the Super Bowl champions Philadelphia Eagles continues right now on NBC 10 News today at 6 a.m.
NBC 10 News starts now.
Underdogs no more. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champions. Congratulations.
They are the words Eagles Nation has been waiting decades to hear. The Lombardi Trophy is coming home to Philadelphia after the Eagles' historic Super Bowl win against the Patriots. Here at home, fans, of course, went wild, flooding the streets at the end of the game. While most of the celebrations stayed tame, our cameras did capture others scaling the fence of City Hall. Broad Street was wall-to-wall with people reveling in the victory last night, but in the live picture on the right, you can see the celebrations have died down for now. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us on this very special Monday morning. I'm Ted Greenberg.
And I'm Rosemary Connors. For now, that is.
Yes,
we know the parade is coming, and we'll get those details to you as soon as we get them. It was a game that will go down in history. I mean, play after play, the drama just kept unfolding. NBC 10 is the official station of the Philadelphia Eagles, so you know what that means. We've got every angle covered. We have live team coverage of the celebrations here in Philadelphia and in Minnesota, from the moments you didn't see last night on TV to the action that happened while you were sleeping. NBC 10's Matt DeLucia starts us off with that part of the story. Matt?
And Rosemary and Ted, folks are waking up now. Those who do have to go to work, we have seen some of them already heading to the bus stops here in Center City, saying that it was quite a night. Some folks had perhaps a better night than others and a more eventful night. Some of the business owners around here are waking up and having to do a lot of cleanup. Right here at the Macy's on Market Street, right by City Hall, you can see some workers just finished putting up boards on the windows and doors here because of all the broken glass you see right there on the sidewalk. Some folks apparently had too much of a good time and decided to start vandalizing some properties around the area. We also saw similar situations over on 17th and Chestnut, people knocking over planters, smashing windows there. A store worker there told me that a group of teens went into the store and stole some items and ran out. But I've been talking with some of the folks who are waking up and heading to work today, telling me that they didn't come out to the party last night. They stayed at home, including one woman who says that this just should not happen like this.
It was a little too much. I mean, you can have a good time without being destructive, but it's really a shame. You know, we should celebrate, but not in that manner.
Yeah, and so a lot of folks did celebrate in a good way. They behaved well. If you saw those live pictures from Skyforce 10 overnight, you saw those out there on Broad Street. So a lot of folks did have a good time. Over here, we wanted to point out here that there are no traffic lights anymore because some folks decided to tear them down. So again, there is a lot of damage, but there's also a lot of celebration going on this morning. Now I'm live in Center City. Matt DeLucia, NBC 10 News.
Busy intersection there too. All right, thanks for that, Matt. Despite police efforts to keep people off the light poles, Skyforce 10 found at least one fan climbing this pole at South Broad and Walnut Streets. But as Matt said, the majority of the celebrations were tame, lively, giving us this incredible shot of Philly pride, brotherly love, sisterly affection overflowing onto Broad Street. We get some firsthand perspective on the game from our friends out in Bloomington, Minnesota.
Yeah, they are Visika Hema and Tracy Davidson at Mall of America, and you guys were on the field for the big celebration. Must have been awesome.
Yeah, let me just start with this, Ted. Obviously, we're not wearing a dress or a suit because it's a little departure from our normal wardrobe, but the bosses allowed us to wear Eagles green because of something special that happened last night.
I'm telling you, history was made. We were there from the beginning. Even before the game, walking through U.S. Bank Stadium felt like walking through the Link. I think Randy mentioned it. Felt like it was a home game because there was green just about everywhere, and the place was rocking with like electric energy.
Yeah, so many people, and probably outnumber Patriots fans 10-1 easily. We're not exaggerating about that. And throughout most of the game, it fell behind the Patriots by a single point, and then completed the championship comeback behind quarterback Nick Foles. Had a great night. The Super Bowl MVP hit tight end Zach Ertz for a touchdown with just 2.5 minutes, about 2.5 minutes left to go. League officials then had to review the catch to make sure that Ertz had control of the football when he crossed the goal line. Take a look at it again. We're going to show you two again. There he is cutting inside, makes the catch, and then he dives for the end zone. By the time he gets over, it's a touchdown. The ball comes loose, but it's a touchdown right there as soon as he crosses the goal line. Ertz, that turned out to be the winning score right there. Then seconds later, the Eagles defense, they literally stripped away New England's best chance for a victory. Brandon Graham with the bull rush gets a hand on the ball as Brady's trying to release it. Defensive end Derek Barnett recovers the ball, and the Birds kicked a field goal, then held on defensively at the end to win it.
A couple years ago, there was a time where I was thinking about hanging up the cleats, and I think as people, we deal with struggles, and that was, a moment in my life where, I thought about it, and I prayed about it, and I'm grateful that I made the decision to come back here and play.
Yeah, that's just a couple years ago. Nick Foles was at a crossroads where he thought he was going to retire, didn't have a chance to, hook on with anybody else. But here he is. He's the Super Bowl MVP, and he's a hero to many in Philadelphia.
Now, Carson Wentz tweeted just after the game, "God is so good, world champion, so proud of this team. Told y'all my boy Nick Foles was going to shine tonight. Well deserved, my bro."
Foles.
Yeah, Carson has been so supportive of Nick. And then check out this tweet from former Phillies manager Charlie Manuel. He says, "The finish to the season is a job well done, and he hopes the Birds enjoy their parade down Broad Street." Remember that? Yeah, he should know. Remember that parade for the Phillies?
And now that parade is what a lot of people are thinking about this morning. NBC 10's Katie Zachary is live at the Art Museum with more on what we know about the plan. Katie, fill us in.
Yeah, they're thinking about it. They're talking about it, Vi and Tracy. Since we last saw you, we were at the Link in South Philadelphia. Well, we moved from there to the Rocky Steps right in front of the Art Museum in Philadelphia. That's because we know the parade will end here at the statue that embodies the Philadelphia drive and determination we saw on the field last night. We've learned the parade will start in South Philadelphia, but the route it will take and when it will happen are two things we are trying to learn. I've reached out to the mayor's office this morning. Mayor Jim Kenney last night said the city will have a victory parade, and more details about it will be released at a press conference today. We will carry that press conference for you live. Now, in the meantime, Mayor Kenney tweeted this last night, just minutes after the victory. "For so many who have called themselves Eagles fans for a generation, this is the day, the game, the season, and the team we've dreamed of. The Eagles are Super Bowl champions." Now, back out here live, Mayor Jim Kenney, the Philadelphia school superintendent, the governor, even things like the Franklin Institute and places like the Philadelphia Museum of Art, all made bets with their Boston counterparts about who would win the Super Bowl last night. Well, since the Eagles are victorious, we're going to be following up and finding out if those Boston counterparts are making good on those wagers. We're live at Eakins Oval right in front of the Art Museum. Katie Zachary, NBC 10 News.
Yeah, we want to hold them to those bets.
We do.
And by the way, I've been involved with the Eagles for over 25 years, been a part of that organization when I first came to Philadelphia. This is such a proud night for so many of us who are alums. So grateful.
Fans are right behind you, 100%. Hey, we would like to see how you are celebrating history. Use the hashtag #WeWonIt when you post your photos and your videos. We've seen so many already. And turn to the NBC 10 app for continuing coverage and hear more from players and fans. For now, we send it to Bill Henley. He's in the NBC 10 studios with your First Alert forecast. Bill?
Tracy, what a day. What a beautiful day ahead. It's going to be a nice sunny day. This is a live view of Lincoln Financial Field. It's going to be basking in sunshine today. But notice the sheen that is on the road and the driveway this morning, the parking lot. There are some icy spots to be found, a few of them in Philadelphia, and we're getting reports of school delays. You'll see them coming up on the bottom of the screen after the 7-day forecast. The school's delays, about 50 of them so far. We'll see a lot of sunshine today, but the wind is going to be picking up, and those cold winds will keep our temperatures in the 30s during the day. Then it gets colder tonight, and with increasing clouds, those clouds will seal in the cold for tomorrow morning. Just above freezing now in Philadelphia. It's getting colder in Delaware too, and in South Jersey. But the coldest spots are in the suburbs, and this is where roads haven't completely dried out, so you'll find some slippery spots this morning. Malvern 32 degrees in West Callan Township, and below freezing right now in Collegeville. So be on the lookout. There are just a few spots of ice. The rain that brought that wet weather to us is now completely out of the picture. So we will see a lot of sunshine today, just a few scattered clouds in our area. What we won't get today, any of those snow showers in central Pennsylvania won't arrive, but the cold air that's pushing them across Pennsylvania is going to be here. That wind steady this afternoon. In fact, it'll be gusting to 30 miles an hour this afternoon. So that's going to make it feel cold all day long and make the temperatures go pretty much nowhere today. In spite of sunshine, 34 degrees at 3 o'clock, and look, it feels like 25 degrees. So we're in for dry weather for today, but you just have to bundle up. I think most people are probably wearing several layers of green for today. Okay, this is just for the mayor. Wednesday is not the day for the parade. Here you go. This is the rain and snow chances for the week. Pick any other day. Monday, today, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, looking fantastic. Philadelphia, no problem. Reading, everybody, Wednesday is not the day. The rest of the days, we should have a parade every day, I think. Don't you? Yes. Let's do it.
But, you know,
we want it.
Hey, Bill's the expert here. Listen.
Oh, yeah, guys. Good morning, everyone. And we are starting with a check on the roads on the Blue Route. And our cameras right around the Germantown Pike on-ramp. So, again, so far, so good. The majors aren't too bad. We're just seeing normal morning volume. I was expecting a really light rush hour this morning. So we're about to see if that's going to ring true. A lot of people not going to work today and staying home to celebrate. But we are seeing a few things happening. The PA Turnpike, a crash westbound right near Virginia Drive. Now, I'm hearing that that's clear already, but it might just be off into the shoulder. Sometimes when things move into the shoulder, it's reported as clear, even though it technically isn't. But drive times aren't too bad. 22 minutes right now, west and east from Route 1 to Valley Forge. And we're also watching another crash. This is on Route 100 southbound in Pottstown, right around West King Street. Back to you guys.
All right, Jess. So where do you go after your team wins the Super Bowl? Next, the fans who flooded Philadelphia's iconic street corner for a taste of home to celebrate.
And I'm Tim Furlong in the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport, where lots of us can't talk really well. Lots of us are feeling the cold. Lots of us are very tired. And lots of us are now getting out of Minneapolis to head back home because we're ready for a parade. We're going to have more on that when we come right back.
After the cheers, it was time for another Philadelphia tradition, cheesesteaks and cheese fries from Pat's and Gino's. Hungry fans lined up late last night to keep the party going on 9th Street with a tried and true South Philly staple.
Think about my grandparents. My pop-up's 83, and like he got to see this, and like who would have thought, like after all these years, that we finally got to see our Eagles team win, and no better team right now.
Years. I mean, we're talking decades. Decades. Her pop-up is going back to the 60s. So, all right, a lot of fans in Philadelphia, 6:16, probably just getting to sleep. Fans in Minnesota, they're not going to get any rest because they got to get back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, it'll be a short night for Eagles fans who stayed out to celebrate, but as Rosemary mentioned, even shorter for those in Minnesota. The first flights home will be leaving shortly, and NBC 10's Tim Furlong is live at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, where fans are getting ready to fly home. And Tim, you're going to be on one of those planes too, right?
I am, Ted. And, you know, I look like a hot mess. I'm not gonna lie to you. I look terrible. We feel terrible.
You said it.
It's been a long night, but you know what? Like, I mean, like, look at this guy right here. I mean, like, this is how we all feel. But you know, here's the funny thing. I made it more difficult on myself because I had to go through the TSA line. It took forever because Eagles fans were showing up. But when they got to me, they're like, "What's in your pocket?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's all confetti," and it's spilled all over the area. And I had to help pick it up in the TSA line. So it's been a slow trudge to get me here, but it's fun though catching up with a lot of the Eagles fans that are here, like this guy right here in the Reggie jersey. I'm digging the jersey. Go Birds. I didn't mean to interrupt your breakfast, by the way. So how worth it was it to be there?
It was so worth it. Are you kidding me? It was negative 20 degrees out, whatever the hell it was. Horrible, but well worth it. We're Super Bowl champs.
We all sound terrible.
I know.
We kind of feel terrible.
I don't feel terrible. How can you feel terrible?
No, I feel terrible, like physically, but we won the Super Bowl. and you're going home to Malvern. You're going to go into the parade?
Of course I am. I hope they tell us when exactly it's going to be, whether it's tomorrow or Wednesday, because I need some rest.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I'm hoping it's Thursday. I hope we get a little rest.
Friday works. Saturday works. You know.
Next month works.
Next month.
As long as we have a parade, right?
We're having a parade.
But it was pretty cool, though. So it was cool. It was well worth it. And now we're all getting ready to head home. And the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, if you look that direction, you can see there's just tons of green hats and Eagles jerseys as far as you can see as everybody's starting to head home. Our flight goes through Charlotte, and I know on our flight there's going to be a whole lot of Eagles fans, including you, right?
That's right.
Did you bring me a bagel?
You can have a bite if you want.
I might take you over because I'm starving. I don't know where you got it, but it looks pretty good, guys. So I'm going to hang out with her and eat her bagel and then get on this plane, guys, and go snoozy, at least until Charlotte, and then we have to make the connection, guys. So back to you.
Little bagel with a Philly cream
This
cheese,
guy looks
right?
cozy, too.
Yeah, not sure.
I'll take whatever she offers. If it's free, it's for me.
All right, Tim Furlong live for us out there at the airport in Minneapolis.
Well-deserved snooze.
Yeah, tell me about it. And Jess, you live in Center City, so you were out on Broad Street.
It was a racket last night, yeah. So, I mean, it was all over the place. And when I got up again this morning, it was still happening. So people didn't let up, which, you know, let them have their moments, right? It was one day of being tired. So we'll celebrate again when the parade comes around, too. 95 is where we're watching, guys, right now, and our camera's right around Naaman's Road. So right near the Delaware state line. But so if it's the northbound side, which is what this is here, it's coming out of Delaware. So that's what's headed towards maybe the Philly International Airport right now. This crash off into the left-hand shoulder, part of the left-hand lane. You can see traffic is easily getting by the scene for right now. But that's one of the most major things that we have on any of the bigger roads that are not little side streets or back roads. There's a crash too out in Pottstown, so watch for this on Route 100 southbound side near West King Street, and also watching mass transit. So we have a cancellation for Fox Chase 807. That's canceled right now, but Patco, Amtrak, and New Jersey Transit are all on time. Rosemary.
All right, thanks for that, Jess. 6:19 right now on this Monday after a huge win. Eagles Super Bowl champions. Let's take a live look down the shore. This is Beach Avenue in Cape May, where the sun not up yet, but making its way. And Bill, I'm guessing a lot of fans they're going to sleep through that sunrise this morning.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there are a lot of people that need quite a bit of rest after last night. Fortunately, did you see in that picture the clouds have moved out? We're going to see a lot of sunshine on Boathouse Row, and the green on the radar that was with us all day yesterday has been replaced on green just about everywhere else. You'll need to layer up this morning, so the more Eagles gear you can pile on, the better. We got a cold start right at 33 degrees in Philadelphia, Northeast Philly, and Wilmington. There are some colder neighborhoods that did not completely dry out overnight. You can see it in South Jersey, too. So be on the lookout for some icy spots this morning. And there are some school delays as well. But if you're waiting for the bus at 8 o'clock this morning, look at these temperatures, 20s and 30s. A little bit warmer in Atlantic City, but the rest of the area is going to be feeling cold winds, which will just start increasing during the morning hours and will be with us this afternoon. So we'll hit 35 degrees this afternoon, but it's going to feel colder than that. A warming trend over the next few days, but you can see that trend ends with wet weather for Philadelphia, the suburbs, and the Lehigh Valley. So if you're looking for a couple outdoor days before we get to Wednesday, today and tomorrow, that's it. 40s for New Jersey and the Jersey Shore on Tuesday. The rain showers due in on Wednesday and probably coming in the morning and staying right on through the afternoon and into the evening hours. You'll see that in Delaware, too. Sunshine and just a few clouds for tomorrow. We're just seeing a few scattered clouds right now in Newcastle County and Delaware. Most of the area is going to be cloud-free today, and no systems coming our way for today or tomorrow. But Wednesday, I wanted to show you the Futurecast because it shows that first thing in the morning, that's 5 a.m., Look at the wet weather starting to move in. Snow and then rain. So we'll see a little bit of snow. There's a possibility we'll get an inch of snow before the rain takes over. And then there's steady, if not heavy rain at times during the day and right on into the afternoon. That's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's going to be pretty much a washout on Wednesday. The trend, though, that warms on Wednesday will be cooling down for Thursday and Friday. Another couple of dry days and then another warm up heading into the weekend. But clouds return for Saturday. Could see some late showers on the Lehigh Valley, New Jersey, and the Jersey Shore. More likely rain for everybody come Sunday. I'll show you how long that lasts, the rain and the mild temperatures with the 10-day on 10 in the next half hour.
We'll see you shortly. Thanks for that, Bill. 6:22 on this Monday. Coming up, our live coverage of the Eagles Super Bowl win continues with some celebrations that included fire in the streets. I'm going to call this one your right to free speech. All right, it's no secret. Fans did take the celebrating a little too far. We'll show you where fans were on overload on top of a hotel awning, bringing it to the ground. Even 7,000 miles away, Eagles fans found their own way to celebrate.
They did. Athletes and employees at the Olympic Winter Games in South Korea didn't let a little distance stop them from watching the game. A group of Eagles fans from NBC Sports gathered in a hotel room to watch the big game. With a 14-hour time difference, the Super Bowl started bright and early at 8:30 a.m. on Monday.
It's funny that I can't be there with my friends and family to watch this game, but again, the fact that they're here and I'm with these guys here and we're all in the same boat, I'll take it any way I can get it, man. And I'm a born and bred Philadelphian for life. I may live in Los Angeles now, but this is my team forever.
The hotels in South Korea, well, they don't normally get NBC, but the guys use their connections to get the game routed to all the rooms in the media village. And of course, the game was on Channel 10. The Olympic Winter Games begin in just 3 days. NBC 10 will have more exclusive behind the scenes access. Our own Keith Jones is in South Korea, and he'll bring you live reports starting this week.
Good morning, I'm Matt Caruso, live in Center City, checking out to the aftermath of the celebrations from last night. And this is what we've been seeing, overturned planters, broken glass. We're going to give you a look at what we've seen throughout the area next.
Some said they couldn't do it, others said they wouldn't do it, but the Eagles said, oh no, we got this. And this morning they are waking up world champions. Coming up, reaction from players after one of the most exciting and dramatic games in Super Bowl history.
NBC 10 News starts now.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
And celebrate we did in a season dogged by doubters. The Eagles proved we are the champions, making history in Philadelphia. The players couldn't help but kiss the Lombardi Trophy, a symbol of their hard-fought win. This trophy will be held high in Philly, a first for the city of brotherly love. Thousands of fans flocked to Broad Street, dancing in the streets and lighting up the night with a show of fireworks fit for Billy Penn. I mean, talk about the ultimate David and Goliath story right here in Philadelphia. Good morning. This is NBC 10 News Today. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Rosemary Connors.
I'm Ted Greenberg. We've got the gear up here on the set. We're not leaving it for Vi and Tracy, despite what they think. It is a celebration, 58 years in the making, and a night our city and our region will never forget. And NBC 10 has live team coverage of all the best moments, the celebrations from Philadelphia to Minnesota, and the latest on the victory parade.
By and large, for the most part, the celebrations were fairly tame. We did find these fans burning a Tom Brady jersey right in the middle of the street. Let's call it exercising their freedom of speech. Other fans took it a bit too far. In fact, some folks, too many of them, climbed on top of this awning right at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel on Broad Street by City Hall. You can see it collapsed. NBC 10's Matt DeLucia is following the aftermath of the revelry and celebrations in Center City.
Well, a lot of people had a good time, Rosemary, that's for sure. And if you look around Center City this morning, you would think that a tornado ripped through the area. But no, it's just a lot of people trying to have a good time. Some did take it a little too far here. You see this giant planter, big concrete planter outside the convention center that was toppled over last night. We've seen several of these throughout the city. We also saw a lot of damage to some storefronts. Take a look at some video. Center City, Chestnut Street, between 16th and 17th Street. That was really the hotbed of activity that we can see. Broken windows and downed light poles, traffic lights that were taken down as well. A lot of trash in the streets throughout the city as well. I spoke with a worker at the Rite Aid over there who says that a group of teens came in, stole a bunch of items, and then took off and broke some glass as well. But she says that this really shouldn't have happened this way.
I was actually shocked. When we closed the store, you could see through the holes. I seen people taking the lights out the pole or something, out the light. I was like, wow, it's just crazy. It didn't have to come to this. It was just really crazy.
And so the cleanup continues this morning. So right here along Broad Street, this is North Broad, just past City Hall, right by Ray Street. You see an entire lane of traffic is now blocked because of the planters that are in the middle of the street. So we have seen streets crews working hard throughout the night. Philly police trying to keep the peace and maintain traffic at those intersections where the traffic lights have been taken down. But a lot of folks just waking up very happy this morning with the Eagles win. For now, I'm live in Center City. Matt DeLucia, NBC 10 News.
Again, by and large, safe.
Yes.
And happy, fun celebrations, and we hope it stays that way for the parade later on this week.
Absolutely. Matt, thank you. That's pandemonium inside Xfinity Live as fans realize their Philadelphia Eagles soared to victory. You can barely tell the difference between this venue and the actual football stadium.
Yeah, let's take a look at Minnesota. This is how the celebration ignited. Same kind of thing, a flurry of green and white confetti raining down on the field as our Eagles basked in their victory, even rolling around in some of that confetti. NBC 10's Visika Heather and Tracy Davidson were right there in the middle of the action.
They join us live from the Mall of America with more of the winning moments. Hi, guys.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you who I'm happy for. I'm happy for Nick Foles, of course, but there's some other folks. Brent Selleck is the longest tenured Eagle. He's been here for a decade. He's seen some lean times. And another guy that I'm happy for is John Dornbos, who we ran into before the game. He told us something I hadn't realized, that his career with the Eagles started just after the Super Bowl in 2005, and it ended just before this Super Bowl, but he was allowed to come in with the team when they were standing on the podium to accept the trophy. It was rather amazing.
And it's still not over yet. Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles and championship-winning coach Doug Peterson will both be here answering questions here at the Mall of America, answering questions in just about 2 hours. So let's talk about last night. Thrilling, nerve-wracking. I know you were calm and cool the whole time. In the end, satisfying. Eagles fans experienced all of those feelings watching the Super Bowl victory last night.
Yeah, the Birds also resorted to a little trickeration, as we call it. Now, you know, Eagles coaches were probably watching lots of film to figure out how they can take advantage of situations. But Tracy probably had the best analysis. What did you tell me?
You're making fun of me. I saw it and I said, wait, that would be like a play in my backyard when we were younger. My brother would say, you got to do this and then you got to fake this, but they're not going to think you're going to do this and then you're going to do this. And I go, that wouldn't work.
Run to the fire hydrant, make a left, and then catch the ball right before the car. All right, head coach Doug Peterson called this gutsy fourth down play. A pass to the end zone ended up in the hands of quarterback Nick Foles. His catch just kept the momentum going for the Eagles. They were slugging it out with the Patriots. Foles also threw for 3 touchdowns on his way to becoming Super Bowl MVP.
We have such a great group of guys, such a great coaching staff. We felt confident coming in, and you know, we just went out there and played football. You know, we've played this game since we were a little kid. We've dreamed about this moment. There's plenty of kids watching this game right now dreaming about this moment. Someday we'll be here. And to be here with my daughter, my wife, my family, my teammates, this city, we're very blessed.
He almost got emotional there. Now, when you end your rookie year on the big stage, it means you have to have some big plays, right? Jake Elliott seemed cool as a cucumber as he made this kick that sealed the deal for the Eagles. A 46-yard boot that extended the Birds' lead to 8 points late in the fourth quarter.
His girlfriend told me Saturday, I think, Jake, it's going to come down to something.
There she is.
And then we saw her right when they heard that they won. We were waiting. She was so giddy. That's Annie. His family members were waiting in the tunnel with us before he went to the field.
It was amazing. She's a graduate student at Auburn University.
Yeah. She just kept screaming. Let's talk about the fans in the stands who would not leave last night.
Yeah, thousands of them remained for the trophy presentation, and there got to be a point where people came and tried to usher them out. No, they just stood there.
They were cheering.
Waited.
Watch this.
I'm still speechless. I just stopped crying about 5 minutes ago. I've been dreaming of this since I was a little kid.
This is like one of the greatest moments of our lives, man. This is like just, God.
Greatest day of my life. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Greatest day ever.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
Greatest day ever.
This is generational. Father, grandfather, grandson.
We saw a lot of that.
That's what it was like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it isn't over for the Birds. We'll hear from them at a news conference, as we said, a couple hours from now. But we have to talk about what's happening back in Philadelphia. It's super cold here, according to my NBC 10 app.
Yeah, like 5 degrees below zero.
Yeah.
Let's go back and find out what it's like back there. And trying to figure out when the parade might be.
And we want to know how you're celebrating this historic moment in Philadelphia. I'm seeing pictures everywhere. I want you to use the hashtag #WeWonIt when you post your photos and videos, and turn to the NBC 10 app for continuing coverage. But for now, we talked to Bill Henley about the weather there as I'm looking up the app.
Yeah, it's getting colder here. Hey, the road to victory has been fantastic, hasn't it? But the other roads, not so good this morning. We are seeing some icy spots leading to school delays. You'll see them coming up at the bottom of the screen right after the 7-day forecast, numbering about 50 so far. Those delays will probably ease. We'll get bright sunshine. We'll celebrate with sunshine today. And we'll see some tomorrow, too. But Wednesday, that looks like the day to avoid for parade planning, let's say. 33 degrees in Philadelphia right now, 35 in South Jersey and Delaware, 33 degrees. There are some colder neighborhoods in South Jersey, and Jessica Boynton just alerted me to some spin-outs. There are some icy spots, Swedesboro, Mullica Hill, Pittman, Audubon, right in that freezing zone. So be on the lookout. If the road looks wet, treat it as frozen. Even with some of these warmer air temperatures, the ground gets a little bit colder than the air in those neighborhoods. The rain out of the picture. There it goes. It's completely out of here. And we'll get a couple of dry days before our next round of wet weather, and today is one of them. Just a few thin clouds in the area. Snow showers, they're in central Pennsylvania. We will not get those today, but we will get the wind that's blowing those, and it will feel cold all day long. If you're traveling or know somebody traveling from Minnesota, look at the snow. If you're hitting the road, that snow is going to be actually driving along with you in Milwaukee and Chicago at 5 o'clock this afternoon, and then it makes it into the Ohio Valley and eventually into Pennsylvania. But this first round of snow, that's going to miss us. Watch how it fizzles as we go through the day on Tuesday. So tomorrow will be dry, but we will get some wet weather on Wednesday. Here, you can see it on the 3-day outlook. 30s today, lots of sunshine, a few more clouds, but warmer on Tuesday. And then a wet weather arrives on Wednesday, starting off with a little bit of snow before rain. It's going to be a steady rain for much of the day. That goes for the suburbs and for the Lehigh Valley as well. A couple dry days before we get to the wet weather on Wednesday. New Jersey and the Jersey Shore into the 30s this afternoon, but the winds will be blowing to make it feel colder. A nice warm up for tomorrow. Wet weather extends to the shore and through Delaware. For temperatures in the 40s, well, they're not going to last for the rest of the week. Take a look at that with the 10-day on 10 when I'm back in 10 minutes.
Good morning, everyone. Jessica Boynton with you with a check on the roads and watching the Schuylkill Expressway. Starting to see a little bit of delay here moving around Montgomery Drive. This is the eastbound side, so traffic moving towards Center City right now, just a little bit slower than on that westbound side. Watching a few crashes, too, out in Upper Moreland. Here's one on Terrellwood Road, right around Davisville Road, and a few problems on the PA Turnpike as well. Now, these may be clear by now because they seem to be spin-outs that we're seeing the most frequently this morning. So the westbound side near Virginia Drive and near Willow Grove, the drive time's not too bad, maybe a little more on that westbound side, of course, to add in the time for those accidents as well. And a few accidents reported on the New Jersey Turnpike. Now, more so once you get past the Black Horse Pike area on 295, I'm hearing of a ton of spinouts there as well. We're seeing accidents being reported on the Turnpike's southbound side, one near 168, that's exit 3, one near Route 322, exit 2 there too. Ted, back to you.
All right, Jess, thank you. Next, our live team coverage of the Eagles' first Super Bowl win continues with something that's on a lot of to-do lists today.
The text message to my husband about an hour ago, get the Inquirer and Eagles gear. And that's what Pamela Osborne's doing this morning. Hey, Pam.
Hey, you know what? Forget about work this Monday morning. You'll get there when you get there. Take a look. People lined up to try and purchase some of this merchandise, this Super Bowl championship merchandise. We'll show you more of it when we come back.
I just hit a stain when they go.
Hey, check out this after party as the Eagles get down with the fans who traveled so far to support them. You can see the Lombardi Trophy hoisted in the middle of the crowd of players and coaches. No matter where you watch the game, it will be a night our city and our entire region will never forget.
For the select few who got to witness history in person, safe to say it was epic. NBC 10's Randy Gyllenhaal is live in Bloomington, Minnesota. Randy, I'm sure you were stunned by the end of the night.
Yeah, and it really felt like a home game in there. It was a sea of green, Eagles chants breaking out in the beer line, in the bathroom, and then at the end of the game when the clock hit 0, one of the loudest Eagles fight songs in history. Eagles fans stayed in their seats. They cheered for more than an hour after the game doing the chant, also chanting MVP for Nick Foles. And what a storybook season for Nick. Call it a Rocky story, an underdog tale for the Eagles backup quarterback who bounced around the league, considered retirement, then came back when the Birds needed him the most, defying odds and expectations to finally win it all.
Almost walked away from the game, and now he brings the title to Philly. Hero forever, forever, forever. We did it. There are no words. Just, I'm sorry. I'm a mess, but we did it.
Those fans were just so emotional after the game. You combine that Super Bowl drought with the dramatic finish. It was just a release of energy for so many of these people. And they say they're taking the first flight back as soon as possible or driving as fast as they can to get to Broad Street in time for the parade. Live in Bloomington, Minnesota, Randy Gyllenhaal, NBC 10 News.
Speechless.
Speechless. And no reason to apologize for being a mess.
No, we get it. Hey, it is definitely time to get your gear.
Yep.
It's ready for you out there.
It absolutely is. Printers worked through the night making up the championship T-shirts. Fans are waking up early to get their very own. Overnight, fans waited in long lines at Dick's Sporting Goods in North Wilmington, and Modell's is open early to start the selling spree. NBC 10's Pamela Osborne is live at a store in Northeast Philadelphia with quite a few folks. Pamela.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like 6:48 in the morning. If they make it, the people will buy it. And take a look at all the people who are inside of the store this morning trying to get that championship gear. And I want to show you over here. Earlier, you mentioned people were lined up. Now they're actually lined up trying to check out with that championship merchandise. Everyone trying to take home a piece of that Super Bowl win. They have everything from hats, which you might need, especially if you're headed to the parade, flyers, towels, T-shirts, and sweatshirts. A T-shirt will only set you back about $20 to $30. However, if you want to remember, or however you want to remember this Super Bowl victory, you can. A lot of people we spoke to were stopping here ahead of going into work. Some admitted they'd be a little bit late this morning, but that it would be worth it. We spoke to one fan who says he saw this coming and found his way home so that he could witness this win with his family and friends.
I was supposed to come home for Christmas during the Air Force. I bought the tickets. I canceled them so I could be home. I had a feeling about the Super Bowl, and we're champs.
So don't worry about missing out. The shelves are completely stocked, ready to go. So come on down, get yourself a piece of the Super Bowl championship win. Reporting live at Modell's, I'm Pamela Osborne, NBC 10 News.
Hey, $30 compared to the thousands to get you out to Minneapolis. We'll take it. 6:49 right now on this Monday. Here is a live look at Broad Street from our Kimmel Center campus camera. Obviously, as you can see, closed to quite a bit of traffic because the crew's got to clean up.
Clean up that trash. And NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Bill Henley Philadelphia is here. A few slick spots out this morning, right, Bill?
The temperatures have been dropping overnight. We have a few clouds coming through. There's no wet weather around, but if it didn't dry out last night, it is icy this morning. Many neighborhoods have dropped below freezing. We've had many delays reported. You'll see them coming up at the bottom of the screen in the suburbs and into the Lehigh Valley and Berks County. Cold winds are developing today, so you probably need some layers of green, at least a few. Wet weather, that holds off until Wednesday. Right now, just above freezing in Philadelphia. That's the air temperature, so the ground can get a bit colder. So watch out for icy spots, not just in Wilmington, Philadelphia, Northeast Philadelphia, but especially in South Jersey, the suburbs, and even into the Lehigh Valley. The wind, that's going to be steady through the day. So look at the temperatures. We'll get bright sunshine, but they're pretty much going nowhere. And that 34 degrees at 3 o'clock this afternoon will feel like 25 thanks to the gusty winds. There you can see the clouds that are moving through right now. We saw that on the live picture. What we won't get today are any of those snowflakes. Those will stay in central Pennsylvania, but the wind that's blowing them, we will feel that today. 35 degrees this afternoon. It will be warmer tomorrow after a cold morning at 24 degrees. Clouds increasing on Tuesday. It stays dry for Tuesday. So tomorrow will be a great day for a parade, not Wednesday. It starts with a wintry mix, changes over to rain with temperatures in the 40s, steady rain into Wednesday night. But Thursday and Friday, that would be colder. It looks like good outdoor weather for anybody that wants to gather around a major thoroughfare. Then comes Saturday, the clouds are back, leading to rain on Sunday when it's out of here next week. And look at that. The temperatures stay above normal in the 40s.
Bill said it. Thank you. Not on Wednesday. First Alert traffic reporter Jessica Boyington is here, and a few accidents from those slick spots, right, Jess?
Yeah, so now we're starting to see them pile up just a little bit. I wanted to check in too with the Vine Street Expressway, and our cameras just around 24th to show you a little bit of a delay here, starting to move towards the Schuylkill Expressway following earlier closures on the ramps to Broad Street, which made a lot of sense earlier. Now they're back open, but getting around in Center City is where it's going to be a little messy. But we also have some crashes again to talk about. One out in East Falls on Henry Avenue Bridge, right between Schoolhouse Lane and Hermit Lane, and we're also watching a crash in Abington on Greenwood Avenue, right around Jenkintown Road. Seeing a few things out in New Jersey. So a few problems on the New Jersey Turnpike moving through the Deptford area and on 295 as well. So slippery spots are out there, but be very careful. We'll be back with more updates as well. That's when we come back. Stay there.
Those words from tight end Zach Ertz echoing throughout Eagles Nation this morning after the historic Super Bowl win for Philadelphia. The Eagles defense, who forced a crucial turnover late in the game, had to brace for one final play. This Hail Mary throw to the end zone from Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, incomplete. Gronk, stunned, jaw to the floor. Time ran out. Final score, Eagles 41, Pats 33. Talk about a Cinderella story for Eagles quarterback Nick Foles. Started this season as the backup QB, ended this season as the Super Bowl MVP. Foles threw for 3 touchdowns and even scored himself that trick play called the Philly Special.
And to be here with my daughter, my wife, my family, my teammates, this city, we're very blessed.
Once the Eagles had beaten the Pats, Philadelphia fans flooded the streets in celebration. Some of the faithful even set off fireworks on Broad Street near City Hall. Most Eagles fans celebrated with grace, but not all. The awning of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Center City collapsed under the weight of Birds fans. Others burned a Tom Brady jersey in the streets. Still others damaged street poles, broke windows, and scrawled graffiti on buildings. So here's what's ahead today for the Super Bowl champion Eagles. Head coach Doug Peterson and quarterback Nick Foles will answer questions at a news conference in Minneapolis later this morning. We're also expected to learn details of when the team will return to Philadelphia and, yes, plans for the city's victory parade.
Good morning, everyone. A tired one this morning for most of us. 95, we're watching around Girard Avenue. Majors aren't too bad for the most part in terms of volume, but we are seeing a lot of slippery spots. So watch for a bunch of accidents out there on and off ramps as well. Watch for this too in Chester County on Route 100 southbound or on Route 422.
I'm meteorologist Bill Henley. We will celebrate with sunshine today, but you'll have to deal with that cold, gusty winds. We're in the 30s right now, and the wind is steady. The temperatures are going to struggle to warm up at all. 31 degrees at 9 o'clock, 32 degrees at noontime, and the entire area will see those winds this afternoon. We will see sunshine, but it's going to stay chilly all day long.
I don't think any of us got much sleep, but so worth it, right?
Yeah, we're
Maybe
running on
45
pure
minutes.
adrenaline
Yes.
this morning.
Thank you so much for being with us.
We're going to have local updates throughout the morning. Remember, you can always get news, weather, traffic, all things birds on the NBC 10 app. And, of course, we'll be keeping close watch on those details for the parade later on.
Everything that's announced. We leave you now with some of the best moments from last night's historic win. Have a great day.
Foles fakes. He's back. He steps up. He is going deep. And it is caught by Alshon Jeffrey for a touchdown. Blunt across the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. The train is in the end zone.
They're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws caught. Foles, touchdown.